Last time on Metanoia Blues. The crew of the pirate airship, the Storm Chaser, has been taken captive after a wild magic storm released the elemental powering its engine. They crashed into the sea in the vicinity of the old military outpost, Fort Fathomless, now occupied by a skeleton army and a few living souls loyal to the villainous order of the Emerald Claw. En and the Thorani spy Gardenia hid to avoid being captured, while Luca bluffed his way into the good graces of the captors by using his faith as a paladin of the blood of Vol. En used their warlock powers to keep up communication between themselves, Luca, Gardenia, and their distant ally Willow, who's flying towards their location on the sister airship, the Kraken Slayer. Willow is suffering from the aggravation of an injury that they sustained not long after they sabotaged and left the Storm Chaser, and also has to contend with the bitter emotional wounds between them and the captain of that airship, Koulton Brightwind. En successfully managed to sneak their way into the fort's dungeons and release the crew of the Storm Chaser, but it will be at least 12 hours before the cavalry arrives, and Luca must maintain his falsehoods to avoid suspicion from the Master's son. There is no easy way out, but nevertheless, there's no way the crew is going down without a fight. There's a shot of En blasting open the padlock to the second cell that contains the rest of the Storm Chaser crew, as the defeated skeletons are looted for their weapons. Emma quickly does a roll call and then begins rallying the crew to arm themselves. We see three near-identical blonde human women reunite with a messy hug, lightly punching each other on the shoulders and tugging on each other's ponytails with boisterous affection. The goblin chef, Jean-Luc, grabs a short sword for himself, and a femur for the mousy-looking androgynous sous chef, Danny. Orkan, the cool-headed helmsman, grabs the fallen crossbows from the skeletons and passes one each to a rugged human man with an eye patch and a glossy-haired dwarven dandy. The bosun, a long-armed bugbear woman, hands a couple of ripped sheets filled with chunks of rock to the triplets, and calls dibs on the longsword of the skeleton captain. In between them all, a porcelain-faced warforged in a long blue dress flits about, clutching a silver pendant as she murmurs curative spells to bring the crew back into fighting form. A clean-shaven dwarven woman with black lipstick comes up to Emma's side and the two exchange a quick but urgent kiss before Emma turns to En. En snaps their book shut, having just finished communicating with Gardenia and Luca via their far scribe. "What's the situation?" Emma asks.
All right, well, you might have noticed that we are in a dungeon in a fortress. How much do you know?
Ooh. Dungeon, fortress, fuck ton of skeletons. Storm Chaser hasn't got an engine anymore.
Good start, good start. So here's the situation as I understand it. We are in an Emerald Claw fortress. You know what the Emerald Claw are, yeah?
Emma's gonna roll a quick history check.
14.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Cool. So we're in a Emerald Claw fortress. The guy running the place wants to, I don't know, hand you guys off to probably CobraCon to... I'm pretty sure you can put together where that's gonna go. We don't want that. According to Luca, the big guy, who's former Carnathi, by the way, there is a possibility that we can shut down all the skeletons in this fortress, which will make our escape far easier than having a bunch of these boneheads running around. So, that's what I want to look for, whatever's powering those things. Otherwise, I can't stop you from doing whatever you want to do, but there's ocean in every direction. We got nowhere to go in a ship that doesn't move.
Yeah, kind of got that. And your god dog guy, what's he up to?
Right now, he's infiltrating the ranks. I said he was former Carnathi, right? So he looks the part. He's got the knowledge. He's, at the moment, pretended to be one of them. We don't know how long that ruse is going to last, but I'm in contact with them, taps their book. At this time, trying to coordinate some sort of anything, really. Gardenia is also doing scouting work, though, as I understand it. She's heading here. Do any of your people need weapons?
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. And opens up a bunch of pouches on their armor and starts pulling out knives.
Cool. There's like 12 people here. Lots of knives to be handed out.
Yep, so En starts handing them out to everyone like candy.
Yeah.
You might have noticed that we are dealing with a lot of skeletons, which don't tend to be entirely susceptible to knives, but you're pirates. I'm sure you can get creative with these things. All right. Oh, another thing you should know, I've been in contact with Fender. I've been giving them as much information as I possibly can. It seems like they're still in the air with the Kraken Slayer. They're en route, from my understanding, but I don't know how long it's going to take them to get here or figure out where we are. I need to touch base again, so I'm gonna quickly do that unless you have other questions for me. And says, taking their book out.
Yeah, go ahead. Fine. Emma is like talking with other people and is like, before we do that though, how many skeletons did you see on the way here? Did anybody follow you?
I was invisible, so I doubt it. And starts like counting on their fingers how many skeletons they did see on the way in from the courtyard to like that entrance area, which were the main two places that I think they saw.
Okay.
So you can let me know how many skeletons they might have seen.
Like at least 40 or more. Probably more.
Yeah. Well, I didn't look around the place too much before kind of beelining it here. Saw about 40 in that span of time. That's a very small section of the fortress, so we're probably dealing with a lot, which again is why I'm kind of interested in shutting down the whole thing. Some sort of something burning here, something industrial. So that's what I'm going to look at first.
Right. She turns to the crew and says, all right, everybody, gather up. Arm yourselves. I think because, like, this hallway is clustered, they're gonna, like, cluster into some of the rooms just for, like, the purpose of...
Space.
Yeah.
It's fine. I exploded all the locks. It's not like the doors are going to be able to relock easily.
Yeah. Also, the Warforged woman is casting healing spells on people, so here's that. So go ahead and do what you were going to do, contact people.
Yes. So, and has already informed Luca and Gardenia, so next on the list is Willow. So they turn over to the Farscribe page and start to write. Willow, you good?
Is Willow good? Good question. Great question to ask. Hey, just for the funnies, where in the previous convo do you think am I receiving this message? Like when?
I think you are this, like...
Immediately after the end of that previous convo.
I want to say, yeah, like 5 minutes after that, and there's just been, like, a sort of uncomfortable silence.
I don't know if they'd last 5 minutes without talking, so shall I suggest within the minute?
2 minutes? Like,
maybe
a minute?
30 seconds after? Because I think the last thing they said was, I would, like Willow said, I would take a nap, but I'm stuck here with you. And then Koulton's like, yeah, just like the good old times, whatever he said, good old days.
Yeah. Yep.
Give that a minute to settle in awkwardly, and then I get a call from N. That's a text from N. Yep. Okay, cool. Great. So what did N say?
You good?
You up?
No is a valid response.
Willow responds, how do I respond again? I respond in my brain, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm way better at hiding it than Luca.
To be a dog is probably better at hiding it than Luca.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you experience it all in your head, the responses and replies, and sees it in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Willow responds, I'm alive. You?
Oh, good. Yeah, I have some news. I found the Storm Chaser crew. They're all alive, as far as I can tell. I'm in the dungeons right now of the fortress, but we are no longer dealing with the guards, so that's a positive. The bad news is now we need to figure out how to get out. The good news is that Luca might have a solution for that. You open your phone and get hit by hammers.
text wall. A text wall where Willow kind of like, you know when your ears start ringing after you hear like
Yeah.
a certain thing and then you fail to register the rest? Willow found the Storm Chaser crew alive, zoned, and then heard this like smattering of like in a dungeon. Skeletons. Luca working on something. The message you get back, I think after a pause is, pardon, repeat that. Everyone's okay?
As far as I can tell, all the Storm Chaser crew is alive. I don't know the entire crew, but Emma's here, Orcon's here, the triplets are here, and a few others. A lot of others. Point is, they're out. They're free. I've taken care of the guards, which were skeletons. Luca has an idea to make any progress we attempt a little less perilous, potentially, or a lot more. Working on that. How far are you out? Because that will change plans.
Can I say, Zeke, would you mind rolling a perception for Koulton?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Because I think the funniest opportunity for something to happen at the moment is here. Okay, 10.
10.
What am I rolling?
I think a 10 is... I think your, like, whole body language just changed. Just, like, I think you did let out that huge sigh of relief.
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, Willow did visibly change posture and sigh, like, it loudly. So
Yeah. I think he notices and goes, what?
Does he take heed if Willow kind of shushes him with a hand?
I think he just goes like, what, again?
What I was thinking is this is going to be the type of thing where En's talking to me in my brain and Koulton's talking to me out loud because I think that's hilarious.
A little bit. Because En doesn't know what's
honestly,
going on. You're probably just gonna
You're
keep...
just a little bit tired.
Yeah. En was asking how far are you out? Do you know where we are yet? Because plans will change depending on, where you are and what your situation is. Because if we can just batten down the hatches for 10 minutes, then I won't bother. But if you're,
right. Yeah. I think Willow's going to sort of go over to the map and have a look at it again, because they did say it, but they've kind of, like, forgotten what they were saying. They've had a bit of an argument recently. They're revisiting the map to look at it. I don't know if Koulton's still talking, but En's certainly talking. And I'm doing that thing where it's like I'm trying to hear someone in bad service.
Yeah. I think Koulton is like, what is it? Are you getting a message? What's going on?
Where are you right now, Willow?
Hello? Hi, Willow. I'm Luca.
It's a good thing Luca can't message, because that would be the worst.
Nightmarish. Willow's also
How are
like,
you
I feel like
doing,
Willow
Willow?
mumbles to
miss you.
themselves. And it's
Have you seen my dog?
It's also
I made a dog.
No,
It's pretty cute.
Oh my gosh. No, it's also the I'm trying to do like calculations at the same time, and also like dealing with my headache, and the voices of all of the ghosts of my past
And future.
and future
And present. And is a present ghost.
Yes, but alongside relief, and I'm trying to focus. I also feel like I'm giving off a very unnerving energy. You know how like I described Willow does that thing where like a dog looks at the corner of the room, like it's seeing something.
That is very much Koulton being like, "What is it? What are you seeing?"
Like, okay, no. Willow tries to respond back to En. Oh wait, no, sorry, Zeke. What? How long did we say? 10? No, 20 hours.
It was 20 hours
maximum?
at coasting. Is the maximum.
Yeah. So Willow's going to convey to En.
Yeah.
At most, 20 hours. Though that is assuming no delays. At the quickest, Willow hesitates. I don't know how many words I have left either.
If you run out of words abruptly, and we'll just like ping you with the continue kind of thing. To
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue? That was Super Smash Bros.
Yes.
Anyway, the Willow will continue and say, I wouldn't prepare for the quickest, though we will try our best. Nevertheless, that's still 12 hours.
So what you're telling me is you know where we are.
Well, yes, you told me.
Well, I didn't realize you'd fully figured it out. Fantastic. 12 hours to hold down the
Good.
fort? I can do that.
Literally?
Literally. Is there anything else I can
Willow's
fill you in on?
the body language in real life is that Willow has turned their back. They are holding they're holding their head as if they're holding a headset. Doesn't make any sense, but that is
It helps them think.
assisting.
That's the
Yeah. And they're facing their back. So it's like, so I can focus. And also so that he didn't see me like kind of laugh at En, being like, easy. 12 hours in a cult fortress. So fine.
I think what the camera sees is like we see a shot like Koulton is blurred in the background. We briefly focus in on him and he's like rolling his eyes and it being like, okay, this again. Yeah, you're talking to ghosts and whatever. I guess I'll just fucking drive.
Yeah, because I imagine Willow murmurs to themselves a bit too, so it's I'm giving wee a cat at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
No talk me Angie. Yeah, okay. And ask anything.
Else I should like fill you in on. Anything we need to fill each other in on, basically.
Willow's asking, you said Luca was where?
Well, presently he's in the servants' quarters. They still seem to be buying his story, but I don't know how long that's going to last.
Which story?
That he is of the Emerald Claw. Right now he's pretending to be among their ranks.
Bolded and italicized. Why?
Well, we haven't really gotten into that, but it has gotten us some valuable intel about the situation, so I'm not complaining.
Okay, Willow. Yeah, Willow relents immediately. Sure, they're not going to question his
Listen,
logic.
I don't have time to question how he thinks. I just have to roll in.
No, Willow sees the benefits of this immediately. I mean, hey, Willow can't talk. Willow understands the logic of the best way to get information is to infiltrate it. Infiltrate the place, if you have those skills. Luca does and does. They should be okay. They should be okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
His steed is out? Question mark from him? Like, not that steed.
Out?
Apparently, he turned it into a dog, and it's running around also gathering intel.
I think Willow like does a little disbelieving laugh out loud, just under their breath.
Little interjection from Koulton saying, What's so funny?
Oh, wait.
Would you like to know, Weather Boy?
Oh, God.
Love you,
Okay.
Ben.
Okay. Well, okay, I'm thinking. Actually, you know what? Koulton does remind me, though. And the crew not giving you any trouble?
Not yet. I did bust them out of their cells and give them weapons, so I hope that is kind of a peace gesture in pirate.
It is.
Cool. Well, so far, so good.
Willow gets a little tinge of a thought. I guess that would be the kind thing to do. Willow, I think En hears a little murmur of like, well, I suppose I should. That doesn't seem like it's towards En.
And, like, waits a beat to see if Willow expands on that thought. Before, like, writing back. What was that?
One moment. Willow kind of turns over their shoulder. The crew's safe. Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, the crew's say you talking to your... What was it?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic. Where are they? What condition is it in? What's the storm chaser like? Can I get any relevant information other than they're fine?
Yeah, Willow will respond. Status of the crew and ship, please.
Sure. Well, the crew is... Well, the ship crashed. Let's start there. Ship crashed, everyone got banged up, but aside from that, from being banged up from the ship crashing, they don't seem to have been harmed further. They look like they have a medic that's dealing with their bumps and bruises. To answer the second question about the ship, bad. The ring is gone, the elemental is gone, it's floating outside the fortress in the water with several harpoons on it. Not good.
Just say every time En repeated the phrase "ship crash," the ship crashed, the ship crashed. Willow feels like anvils dropping directly on their head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And En's just stacking them so cavalier over the phone.
I'm sorry. I'm being as blunt as possible. These are texts.
Blunt force trauma is what I'm feeling. Yes.
And
Yes.
please use tone indicators in your texts. We need them right now.
Ship crash / SRS. Okay. Willow, kind of through grit teeth, ship crashed to Koulton. Willow will then say, the medic is dealing with bumps and bruises, and... Sorry, in Willow's mind, psychic damage immediately. They hate to say this part out loud. Actually, they're not going to say it out loud. They're going to return back to En, leave Koulton briefly hanging in the middle of that sentence, and say, you said they've harpooned the storm chaser?
From what I could see, to drag us in, the bastards that run the place.
Willow's face, they look so tired, yeah, but I feel like you see like a twitch across their eyes. It almost seems to wake them up a little, though. I think it's settling into Willow's brain a bit more now, like, the ship is in the water. And harpooned. It's not necessarily the topmost priority, but it does sizzle under their skin a little. They're not going to say that out loud yet, though. I think they re-anchor themselves. So your immediate threats... What's that looking like?
Skeletons.
To your health and
There's-
well-being.
Skeletons. Mostly. This place is
Skeletons?
primarily filled with skeletons. From what Luca has been able to gather, there's only 3 living people occupying this fortress aside from us. That is, myself, Luca, and the Storm Chaser crew. The rest are all skeletons, and Luca suspects that there might be a way that we can essentially deactivate what is running the skeletons. I have yet to investigate this, but that would be my next angle, especially since I have 12 hours to do it.
A question. Do I know what that means of deactivate what's running the skeletons?
Ends from New York.
Say
This is
Macon.
the best way they can describe it.
Make an Arcana check.
Ends from New York.
Make an Arcana check, Willow.
Oh, Jesus! At disadvantage, I got a
Damn.
26.
Almost a nat 20, if not for the
20.
disadvantage.
My lord.
I rolled a nat 20 in there. Too bad
Yeah.
I didn't have a nap, so I only got a 25. Plus
Nap
my
20?
1 for my Arcana ring. Yeah.
So what did N call it?
Something's running the skeletons.
Thing running the skeletons.
On a 25 Arcana check, you know that the way N has reported the number of undead here, the fact that this is a ex-Karnathi military outpost, the fact that there are only 3 living people apparently, there has to be some kind of spell engine powering it. Like, you don't get that level of, like, high magic, of, like, broad implementation of magic outside of either a specific manifest zone or some kind of eldritch machine that is basically broadcasting a spell within a certain radius.
Yeah. It's running the skeleton.
That's what I said.
Well, Willow was like thinking this. En's probably gone on to like talk about the factory. Speaking of, you know, like there's something burning here. It smelled industrial. I think it's some sort of factory or power plant.
Zeke, does that check out for my understanding of what a spell engine would be?
Yes.
Okay, it's like 100% that's confirmed. Then
Yes, I would say
Smells
that, but it
industrial
would say if
factory.
it smells, if it, like, it must be an old one. If
Old, yeah,
they're
because it's-
burning fuel.
because Willow's from the neck of the woods where we're dealing with magically powered machines, as opposed to, I guess, more typical, like how you would expect a steam engine to run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any kind of fuel-based engine.
Yeah, you know how, like,
we use
spells can
dragon shards.
produce... Yes. Yeah, dragon shards are generally preferred and are generally, like, components for making these kinds of machines. Older designs would use basically, like... You know how a spell can create fire out of
Yeah.
like the energy of a person?
Yeah.
This is the reverse of that principle. Basically, it's converting burn energy, heat and pressure or whatever into energy to fuel a spell.
Cool. Okay. Willow will respond to N. Oh, so a spell engine.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I know where it is too.
And there are enough skeletons that's your priority to dismantle it?
Well, there's probably hundreds of skeletons in this place from the small sampling I saw.
Speaking of that, and give me a quick perception check.
And there's about to be more.
There's one right behind me, isn't there? Oh,
That's a 19.
You can
Go,
hear
T18.
you can hear the elevator rattling around, as in, like, it is being sent all the way down past you.
En's gonna, like, everyone's gone into cells, so En will tuck into a cell too, just for espionage purposes. To not be seen.
Okay.
And we'll watch.
Group stealth check. I'm gonna
Me too, I assume.
yeah. Can you make yes? You make a stealth check, and I'll make one for.
Do I get advantage because I heard it coming?
No. 13 for the Storm Chaser crew. Okay.
Good job, everyone.
That's pretty good. I would say, and you are, like, not as hidden as you think you are.
That's fine.
Oh. Okay, you're on the phone.
En will probably just write wait. Just abruptly. Sorry.
That's the worst.
It's all they have time before when they hear this and move.
So, yeah. You try and tuck yourself into, like, a doorway, basically, but you're still poking out to see what you can see. The elevator passes down past the dungeon, empty.
Huh, I somehow like that even less.
And you hear a clang of it, like you hear like a distant echoing clang of it hitting the bottom floor.
Okay, I have a clarification question about something from last session.
The bottom floor being the ocean?
Yeah, speaking of that water, was it black water or was it just dark?
It was dark. It was water that was unilluminated.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that. Willow, why would there be a pond under the sea?
In
That's how
real
the
life,
earth formed.
Koulton sees Willow do like a what? Like their head, like they don't actually say it, but their head reels back and their ears go up, like they just heard something odd. Willow's going to ask, I mean, is this a riddle?
No, I went down to the very bottom of this fortress, fell for about a minute to give you an idea of how, with Featherfall, by the way, to give you an idea of how far it went. Pretty fucking deep. At the very bottom, there was, which I'm pretty sure was under the water, and is like inching out, looking at something while they're writing this. There was a big pool of water just down there, and I don't really investigate it because it wasn't my priority at the time. Do you know why that would be there?
Should I roll a nature check?
Yeah. What N is also doing is the elevator went past. What's holding the elevator? Is it like a single chain? What's keeping the elevator from going up and down?
It appears to be like a series of pulleys. This is like a manual elevator. This is an old ass elevator.
It's an old ass elevator. How breakable does it look?
Wait. You guys also need that way.
We have a ladder.
To climb that long.
Skeletons have feet. They can use ladders.
They probably could use the ladder better than we could.
But I need to know how breakable it is.
Here.
In case.
It is breakable.
Good to know. I'm not going to do it right away, but if something starts coming up that I don't want to come up.
Yeah.
There's like four sets of cables that basically act as a pulley.
Cool, death machine.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. Roll that nature check or like whatever.
Willow said, nature check, Zeke?
For...
And it's asking about the
pond
underwater
under
pool.
the sea.
Yeah.
I think this is a flat intelligence check.
Okay. 17. Not bad.
Hey.
Not bad.
So Anna's described the fortress as like going down into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Why would there be a pond at the bottom of the ocean? Well, it might connect to the outside of the ocean, like an air pocket type thing. Other than that, could be a pool to contain something.
I threw a rock
You don't really have a lot of information to go on here.
I wonder if there's any information I could ask for to get a better read on it.
Also, there are actual ponds under the ocean. That's a thing that happens. Like,
I don't trust this one.
Like on the floor of the ocean? Like
yes, there are ponds.
No, I've seen those, but like, N's not underwater. I don't know.
Well, they
if you're
haven't been
talking about the
very
ones that
clear.
I'm talking about. I assume from the fact that N isn't talking like bloop, 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 that I know that they're not underwater. Oh, then again, N does write in the book.
You wouldn't really know that.
Yeah.
I have a waterproof book.
And you do have a potion of water breathing as well.
I do.
But N has not mentioned that they are in the sea.
Yeah.
Yes, no, and you just freed everyone from a dungeon, and you didn't say, I have rescued their drowned corpses, so I'm pretty sure I'm aware that I've inferred from context. Yes, okay.
Yes.
So, Willow might add, it might connect to the greater ocean. It may be some form of storage. Do you have any other details about it?
Well, I threw a rock in it and nothing happened, and the elevator empty just went down towards that room, so we might find out soon.
That room? What room?
The room with the
pond?
pond. Elevator down to the very bottom, past the dungeons, to the pond room.
To the
Empty.
Pond
Text.
Willow feels like they can't tell whether you're not making sense or if they're just tired. Like, what room?
The underwater.
Did you determine that there was a room?
It's a cave.
The
It's more like a
pond.
cave.
Is it a cave or is it a pond?
It's a cave with a pond.
A pond over it?
A body of water.
We need to introduce you to a ranger.
I'm from Sharn. What do you want from me? I'm doing my best.
Pause! No, wait. Willow said that in their head, but I think I've struggled to separate. Do we have anyone aboard the Storm Chaser that's more familiar with underwater pond and might be able to assist En in this regard? Zeke.
Not that you know presently. The triplets sure as shit don't. Orcon, you don't know.
It might be well, no, is
Ask
this
Emma,
necessary
maybe.
information? Oh my gosh, I don't want to ask him, but like, I think the momentum of being confused will make me do something that I don't think I should. Willow's going to ask Koulton. Is anyone in your crew familiar with underwater ponds?
Koulton just says, "What are you talking about?"
Never mind. Okay, going back to En, I don't know what to make of what you're saying.
Okay,
Like you say there was an empty elevator.
Yeah, okay. So if it is a pocket to the outside, or home to something, an empty elevator just went down to the bottom, so we might find out soon.
I see.
Yep. Speaking of that, the
I wanted
elevator
to say En
starts
is doing
rattling
something
up.
while talking. They actually went into the cell, which they've already broken the lock of, and like closed the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they're like, they kept the little flap open, so they're peeking through that,
Yeah.
but the door is closed.
Okay. You will have advantage on your stealth check, because you are line of sight blocked.
See my glowing eyes through the slot.
Gonna roll again for
Yeah.
the storm
Oh,
chaser
that's
crew.
good.
Okay, that's better.
That's good.
Let's see what happens with me. That's better.
What? Oh, I see. Okay.
Four.
Yeah.
So, you peek through and watch carefully as the elevator starts going up.
Oh, they're in the elevator. Oh no, they're flying away.
So there is like a cluster of like 8 skeletons that has surrounding, like, inside the elevator, surrounding like a series of barrels that look to be like sopping wet and also filled with like a thick black tar like substance. And give me a perception check.
Can do, boss. 17.
Nice.
It's that same sort of crude oil smell.
Huh. Okay.
I'm gonna roll perception checks for the skeletons.
Good fucking luck.
3! No, sorry,
That's
2! Shit! Oh. Karma is a bitch. Sorry. That wasn't that 20.
Yeah, that was a nat 20 for the skeletons. Because there are multiple of them, I did give them as a group advantage.
Are we doing this again? Really? I just checked the
No.
structural integrity of that elevator. I can make this end right here.
Oh boy. I do believe that like the elevator goes past. Because they have already sent it like up to a higher level. but they see the defeated remains of the 4 skeletons that were here guarding the cells.
Always looked like that. Dead.
It was like that when I got here.
So I think, and you saw them like spot
Regard their fallen brethren. Yes.
Spot the empty slots. Let's say, and the empty posts.
Mm-hmm. One thing after another, and we'll quickly report. Mystery partially solved. I think they're storing oil, ? Down there. Probably for their industrial whatever bone powering
Spell
machine.
engine.
Yes. Anyway, I think they noticed the mess I made, so I gotta move.
I'm racking my brain for anything else to ask, but I do think that being vaguely disoriented by everything, I don't know if I can think of anything else to ask. Yeah, okay, so Willow would just keep me posted,
Will do.
please.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You got it. Stay safe.
You too.
And we'll close the book and like shoulder out of the cell and go to the other cells where the Storm Chaser crew is and be like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, gotta move.
Emma comes out. Where the hell are we going? What made you in charge?
Well, if you want to stay here after the skeletons that just went up the elevator noticed this mess, then be my guest. I'm going up the ladder to go investigate the engine on the upper floors. You can come with me if you want, but you can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you one of the best options. And it's going to turn and go for the ladder.
He goes, oh, for fuck's sake. All right, Storm Chaser crew, follow. Cool. I'd like you to roll an athletics check
Great.
to start climbing the service ladder.
This would be the
Is this a strength
funniest
of
time
yours?
for you to fail.
Fine.
Is this a strength of you?
No, it's not.
Yes.
That's a 6.
So, you start climbing the elevator shaft. You get about 15 feet up when you hear the elevator start rattling down towards you.
Okay. I let go of the ladder and drop.
All the way to the bottom.
Yep, featherfall, baby.
Cool. You bypass some of the Storm Chaser crew.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm climbing.
And you just hear Emma yell. Get out, get out, get out! As the elevator starts rattling down.
See, they're smart.
Didn't Gardenia say she was coming?
Yep. But I'm not gonna get
Sure,
crushed
but
by an
he's-
elevator. Like, I don't care who's in it.
Cool. All right, I think I'm gonna move you away because you're out of the room when that happens, and I will just. We hear so En lands at the bottom of the fortress again, like the very bottom in that cavernous room where like there's an air pocket and like there's a
Yeah, the pond cave.
the pond cave. While we hear about 40-50 feet above and like the sound of combat as the Storm Chaser crew fights another band of skeletons.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
And
what I
so
get for
funny.
fucking around.
Yeah, you sure found out. Cool.
Hey, at least I get the element of surprise. Might
So
quickly go open their book and go, Gardenia, where are you? We got another fight. And then start climbing.
Gardenia's like, I'm on my way.
So am I.
Oh, God. I'm just wondering, how do I roll this combat with minimal fuss? They outnumber the skeletons. I need to see, like, how much damage they take. I'm gonna roll for the skeletons to attack.
Jays.
That's... I'm gonna say 2 hits on the Storm Chaser crew. How much is their average damage? 5. Okay. That's a 2 and a 4. And then let's roll for the Storm Chaser crew, which I believe is... Hold on a second while I count.
I'm just gonna pop out of the hatch again when the fight's over. I guess.
Honestly,
The visual
That
image
is-
of you being like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting out of here, and then you dropping away and then cutting back immediately to you just showing up at the end of the fight is hilarious.
Hey, I made good on my word. I did get out of there. Just saying.
Whoa!
so that's...
Good job.
See, they got it.
3, 4, 5, 6, and a nat 20 for 7 hits. And then I'll roll another, so... 24 damage. Gonna have them roll another 12 d20.
Still going.
Yep. Okay, that's enough damage. Okay, so 3 rounds.
Oh, 152 damage is enough damage. Yes, thank you, Z.
This is
I
so
think that's the
funny.
damage.
that
That's
this fight
not
happens
damage.
That's not
That's
damage.
Those are the hits. Those are to hit. Those are d20s.
I'm sorry, I'm a paladin. I'm used to seeing that much damage happen in one attack. It's just me.
Okay, liar.
All right, so Sound Off, who's dead, when then like comes up the elevator shaft and
No
pokes
one's
her head.
Yeah.
dead
Okay.
except for the skeletons.
Oh god. So I think there's at least one skeleton that like falls past you as you are climbing up the ladder again.
Oop.
And
Oh, that's a positive sign.
bring you back to the map, and you can just see everybody sort of like haggard and like panting, and it's like,
Sorry. But hey, and like hops off of the ladder and goes into the elevator that I assume is still here. Free elevator.
Oh my god.
and then I think we'll just end this scene by dropping Gardenia on the top of the elevator.
That's so funny.
Of just like she just like cat lands on top of the like actual cage of the elevator.
Sick.
It's like, oh good, you're all alive.
Hey, you finally made it.
And I think we're gonna cut away there. Alright. So let's cut back to Luca. You are being led through the corridors of the fortress to meet with Wolfrun Grimwald IV in a training courtyard.
Oh.
We see actually I can even put you on a relevant map.
Me? Little old me?
Yeah.
Little old Luca?
Because he's gonna. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna die, guys.
No, it's a training ground. This is your wheelhouse.
I'm training to die.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
dying is my
generally
wheelhouse.
that is the generally the you are a soldier.
Yeah.
How much did you heal yourself last session?
Probably not enough, but
No.
let me. I think I'm on.
Because
I
You started
completely
at
forgot to
1.
open my character sheet. I was having fun. Yeah, I'm on 16 HP.
okay, so I will adjust that. Hello.
Oh yeah, my little guy.
Okay, so I have put you in the training rounds with Wolfern. We see sort of like you being led out into an open courtyard, and then Agatha just leaves, and you are left alone here with Wolfern IV. He is holding your sword and shield and examining them with a sort of scathing appraisal.
Oh my god.
I think you might notice that the blade has been replaced.
Oh.
We see him sort of like swing it experimentally. Nice sword. Not standard issue. Where'd you get it?
I don't know.
There's a little sneer.
I
You
was
can't be
found with it.
serious.
Good nods. I was found with it.
Found.
Good nods. Is he waiting for an explanation, or?
Are you gonna give one?
I mean, yeah, if he seems like he wants one.
Yeah. He's asking you questions.
Okay. Something happened to me during the war, and I ended up in prison. I don't quite remember anything beyond that point, but that's one of the things I had in my possession.
He sort of says, huh. Prisoner of war?
Yes.
Must have been a bitter sting. How long have you been with the Emerald Claw?
A few months.
That brief.
Luca nods. You? How long have you been part of our order?
My entire life. I'm sure you've heard the histories.
Luca waves his hand a little. Unfortunate. Not great at history, sorry.
Oh, well. This castle has been in my family's possession for generations, long before the war even started.
Luca looks around. What's this courtyard like?
I would say very bare. It's definitely like deep within the fortress itself. It's like it's like a little skylight to gray, cloudy skies. Just barren, sort of like packed sand.
Ugh, so sad here.
Yeah. There are sort of skeletons vaguely patrolling on like floors above that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfram continues. My great-grandfather was there when the Order of the Emerald Claw was founded. Chivalric order of knights. Raised to higher station, finally recognized by Caius I of Karnath. And then, oh, what was it? 22 years ago? Regent Marana, after her own terrible failures, like he's sort of pacing back and forth, rubbing his, like, the sort of pad of the thumb along the edge of your sword, testing the sharpness. She denounced us, betrayed us, cast us out. It was a humiliation we would not stand for. My father gave the ultimatum: join the Order, or suffer the same ignoble fate as the traitorous masters.
Does he believe what he's saying? Can I get that from him?
Yeah, get an insight check.
Ah, dang it. That's it.
So that's
12. 11. I can count.
11. Yeah. 11. He seems pretty confident in what he's saying, but it's sort of hard. You can't quite get a beat on him because you're like more distracted by what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
He begins like describing how his father like seized Castle Irongrave, slaughtered those disloyal, and now their treacherous bones labor for eternity in the for the glory of the Emerald Claw.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Naturally.
This has been sort of a creeping dread for you this entire time. But you realize that, like, most of the skeletons here are people who were murdered and conscripted into service.
Yeah.
That feels like shit.
Yeah, Luca's standing, like, at ease, with his hands behind his back, and he is gripping his watch and silently saying, "Come on in. Please be hasty."
And currently falling.
Yeah.
And looks at their watch.
I am tactically falling.
Don't call it a watch. It's a bracelet. It's a
The
bracelet.
tactical retreat.
It's a bracelet. Okay, Willow
It
Jenkins.
does not keep
So
time.
good. Oh, the watch Luca has. That's the one that Willow
Yeah.
made him, yes? It's
Yeah,
not really
it's
a
the
watch, but it has a
anchor.
watch face. His anchor,
Yeah.
yes. For when he feels
Is
like
struggling.
he's slipping from this. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he's struggling. Oh boy. Also, there's something sickening about seeing him holding that sword, but he can't quite
Yes.
place why.
Give me a charisma check
Oh,
to maintain your outward facing cool.
a check or a save?
I would say a check.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat one.
Oh, shit.
Well, nat one. How do you betray
Yeah.
yourself?
Oh.
Oh no! How does Luca betray Luca? Oh.
How do you betray your feelings?
It's probably just a simple expression because Luca's a simple guy. Like a look of pity when Wolfram is talking about the people that were slaughtered and conscripted. He can't hide the fact that he feels for those people.
On a nat one, he absolutely notices it and is like, "What's that face for?"
Dude, I'm trying to be nice. Okay. What?
Anyway. Dude, I'm trying to be
Yeah.
nice to the cultists.
Yeah, right. That's the problem. Yeah.
Amongst the cultists. As a cultist. Trying to be nice. That one. That is the problem. Anyway, carry on.
Luca takes a breath and tries to compose himself into something a little more sturdy. All death is wasteful, even when they can be put to use.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on. I'm so charismatic.
So,
Oh,
15?
thank you, idiot.
He scoffs and says, "Well, they should have both thought about that before they betrayed us."
Luca bows his head to cede the point.
Yeah. He goes on and talks about how 10 years ago, the champion Lady Ilmarrow, Queen of the Dead, sent emissaries to Castle Irongrave to curry favor. My father is a very powerful wizard, and as his heir, it is my birthright to command his armies. It's only a matter of time now before we are called to strike.
Can I do like an insight check on that? The feeling he has about being the heir to a kind of legacy rather than building one on his own? Curious.
Oh, sure. Give me an insight check.
Trying to find an inn. Luca's trying to find an inn.
See if he has an ego.
22.
Oh boy, does he have an ego. Oh boy, does he have an ego. He is so, like, this whole time, like, you've been studying him a while and listening to him boast. He is so keen to prove himself, to, like, live up to what must be his entire worldview. Like, you cannot imagine this guy has ever been among regular people. His whole life has probably been dealing with the skeletons, Magdam Agatha, his father, and like other Emerald Claw fanatics who have been here. He is young also. Like, you think he is younger than you by like maybe a year and a half ish, sort of like, yeah, a year, 18 months, maybe 2 years at most.
And he's
Very
sheltered.
young, very sheltered, huge, brittle ego. His entire sense of worth is built on this legacy that he must have been, like, raised on, like a bedtime story.
Okay. Does he have doubts? Or there are no doubts here?
There is no reason for him to doubt anything.
Okay.
That there has been no evidence to the contrary. He is as sure of his worldview as you are sure of the ground beneath your feet.
Sweetie. Okay. And can I investigate him physically? It sounds awful. I want to assess his physical capabilities.
Yes. Okay. So, yes, you've had some time. Give me a perception check at advantage.
And I can apply my Sentinel's intuition to that in this instance?
Yes.
Yes. Perception.
Woo.
22.
22. Okay. So, you are slightly physically stronger than him. He is likely a very aggressive fighter. And now that he's moving around and seems to be in like somewhat more casual wear, still wearing armor, but like he's not sort of dressed to go out on the seas or something. You can see like a little bit more of the tattoos, which look to be arcane in nature. You think that he might be sort of a spell blade of some kind. Heavy on the blade. It's probably more like he uses spells to supplement his physical fighting style.
Okay.
You can also see that at his belt, he still has that, like, very nasty-looking great axe.
Hmm. And one more question. Are there any training swords around here?
Yes, there are.
What would you do if I started towards the little the thing that holds them?
Are you asking that as an insight check, or are you asking as you are doing this? What does he do when, or what
I
would
guess
he
Luca
do?
does slightly turn towards them and lean his body forward as if he's going to walk
Okay.
and wait for a response.
He says, I was just getting to that. I was wondering if you would be interested in a bout of sparring. Perhaps if you win, I'll even give you your sword back.
That's quite generous. Do I call you sir? Lord?
Lord is good. Sir is also good.
Oh,
Really,
honey.
just anything that makes me sound important.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never cringed harder during Metanoia Blues than right now. I had to walk away. I feel like
What did we
in
say?
the
You can't
distance-
cringe as Luca because
No.
this is where the cringe lives.
No, I know. Willow just got the most vicarious, like, over on the Dragon Slayer. Like, no.
En and Willow feel
Got
a
a
disturbance
cold
in the
shiver.
force. Like, what the?
Yeah. Oh, man. The
What the
light
fuck's
flickers in the
going
Kraken Slayer wheelhouse. Like, what just happened?
I don't like what I just felt in the fabric of reality.
Oh,
And climbing the ladder and just feeling a shiver
Wretched.
up their spine. Like, ooh.
Ugh. Ew. Anyway, sorry. That's why you are the only guy who can be here. I would have shot him already. Carry on.
Yep.
True Indiana Jones behavior.
He pulls out his sword and shoot him between the eyes.
Yeah, Luca will go and assess the swords there and find two that are even as much as possible and offer one to him.
He'll take it. I think
Yeah.
he places your training weapons, or like your weapon and shield, down on like a table in the back corner here, while you grab the other sword.
There's something weird about seeing another man holding my sword. I don't know what it is.
Did you? You know what? Never mind. I'm not in this scene. Whatever.
I'm gonna
say what
shoot you
must.
too.
A second disturbance in the force.
Feels disgustingly intimate and
Yeah.
violating in a way that you can't put your finger on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but it's okay. We both have these now. It's fine. We're
Yes.
good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Roll initiative. And the way that we're going to do this is contested athletics rolls.
Oh, let's see. Oh, also, I must say, while this is going on, my dog is diligently trying to find his way to me. That we
Yes,
should probably
please.
mention that.
Roll stealth for your dog and perception at advantage for your dog.
Perception advantage.
Whoa.
That is a 20 from my dog.
Your dog has your scent.
Hell
will
yeah,
be
I'm
able
a
to
scented
find
boy.
you.
And stealth?
Yep. Oh no.
That's a 4.
Your dog is caught.
No, it starts running.
Starts running.
Yeah.
Running where? Towards Luca?
It's
No,
fucking
just
Yakety
wherever-
Sax is playing inside the fortress when this is happening.
No, it's just running. It be running. It'll find my scent later. It just be running.
Okay. Cool.
You know, a cat on a hardwood floor kind of scrambles.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah.
just hear the doggy claws like skitter across stone as skeletons start
No.
shooting at.
Shooting.
Yeah, they've got crossbows.
Oh,
your-
no. Pop's AC is 12.
Okay, well that's a miss.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
That's
Oh. Oh no!
For piercing.
Oh no! The sound of the sound of a dog getting hurt is the worst.
No, why did you do this?
Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. It has one hit point left.
See, don't hit it again.
Don't hit it again.
Make another stealth check for your dog.
Oh, that's that one. That thing is dead.
Oh, no, can I just get caught? Like, can I get caught and put in a cage or something? You
Like,
know?
where the fuck did this come from?
It's a nat one.
Because you
by
said
the
it was going to
way.
get caught until it started running. That wasn't nat one. I haven't
That
even. There's
wasn't
been no
nat
laughter
one.
about the nat ones this session.
No.
There's just been dread.
Despair.
Yeah. There should be despair about this.
Oh,
Cool guy.
puppy.
Yeah.
The good
That puppy's
I
dead.
will sidebar. This is technically not a living creature. It is a
Yes.
spell that Luca can conjure at any time.
It is.
But there is a feeling of dread in your heart, Luca, as you feel the light of your mastiff extinguish
Oh, okay.
in the background, and you will have a disadvantage on your first athletics check against
Oh.
as he comes for you.
Okay.
Oh, man. I was going
Let's
to check
see
on my
how we
dog real
do.
quick.
Oh, sorry, that's a 12. Just missed.
Luca become dog.
Yeah. Sad puppy.
Look already?
I am now the sad puppy.
Yeah.
So, yep. That's a 12.
First bout goes to him.
What's he do?
Luca shakes it off. Yeah.
Um,
how does he?
I think
how does he-
I think he like we see him like as we like cut away from the shot of like the dog getting like Nat 1 runs into another guard. We cut away. We don't hear the sound. We just see like the despair
goodness.
enter Luca's eyes
Oh.
as Wilfred the Fourth like barrels at you and like shoves you and like with the like sort of flat of the blade and like starts whacking at you. You just barely manage to counter it, but he definitely gets a hit in.
Okay. Okay.
So like he says, blow goes to me.
As to be expected.
Second round, you start the he does a little step back and does a little come at me hand gesture.
Oh, son. Okay. Do I waste a spell on this? That is the question.
This seems to be just like the training round, so
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
he hasn't cast any spells yet, so
Okay. Okay. Luca charges forward. 17.
all right. $13. You win that exchange. Describe, please.
Luca mirrors his actions, but they are much more fluid and controlled, I think.
Yeah. There's a certain like reckless ruthlessness to
Mhm.
Wolfram's movements. Yours is much more controlled and efficient.
Finessed, even.
Yes. You've had more practice. You don't leave as many openings.
Mhm.
And you certainly exploit his. Yes. Evenly matched for now.
Aren't I lucky?
So as this is continue, he starts asking you questions. So, what kind of warrior are you? Nat 20.
Oh, 15. Not happening.
Yeah, I think on this one, like, he like comes at you with full strength, and then like has a feint, and
Ooh.
redirects that strength into your side, and you are like knocked to a knee. You've like, I think you will take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. He like
Oh, damn.
managed to hit you in the solar plexus, and like you were sort of like have to wind yourself, I think, because you failed by like more than 10.
Yeah, that one's fair. That was very fair. And he got a nat 20. That's fair.
Yeah, it's the nat 20, and like you not being able to beat it by more than 10 is like you get a point of damage.
Yep.
You're like have to gasp for breath a bit.
Yeah. Ooh, not fun. Luca doesn't like that. That depends, I suppose. Luca lunges at him from below, I think, for the next strike.
Sure. Make another contested athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh, 19, very good.
Bro, what the
Another
hell?
nat
What
20,
the hell?
what the hell?
He's gonna get the most nat 20s today!
No.
Oh boy. You lunge for him, and like he sidesteps, and like you overreach, and in trying to like correct yourself, he gets you like in the back.
Oh, damn.
Not another point of damage, but a definite like you can feel the sort of flat of the wooden training blade like graze over your back and your shoulder in a way of like that would be a terrible injury.
I am definitely feeling the fact that we fell out of the sky like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Luca settles for a bit, catches his breath, and stands, shakes it off. Okay, this feels familiar. That's fine. I'm used to this. Takes a breath. I think he also is a bit unused to this particular sword, and he kind of swings it around a little bit. What kind of warrior are you? In turn. And he straightens out so they can face each other fairly before striking again. Man, not doing great. 17.
18.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
He just barely wins. He just barely wins that encounter, as like it's a very narrow victory of like he just like you both meet in the middle and clash swords, and then he just manages to twist himself out of the way and get a glancing blow on you. A damn good one for starts. But no, I specialize in using force supplemented by arcane might.
I think I can feel that. Luca rubs his stomach in, like, to exemplify that he just got hit.
Of course, this isn't exactly a fair fight, but you are being a very generous sparring partner. I don't really get much chance to flex my skills in a friendly competition.
I imagine skeletons don't match up to your might, and he strikes again. Okay, 21, that's a little better.
17. You win that exchange.
I think I want to just push him back a little bit so that he knows
Okay.
he isn't completely on top of this.
Yeah. He has a little laugh. No, they don't, but you're proving to be a worthy match so far.
Again, very generous. And he takes another strike, steps forward. Come on. Oh, no.
Ooh, that's a
two.
9.
Dang!
And
Oh,
24.
10.
He's been rolling really well.
He has, and I have not been rolling great.
It's good
I
storytelling,
think this-
but I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I think you take another point of bludgeoning damage, as this time he like brings it down on your shoulder. Or actually,
Which
no.
one?
I think what he does is he brings it on the joint of where your porcelain arm meets with your body. There's a little bit of the sound of like wood striking porcelain is like bad to your ears, and you feel the jolt in like the bone of your arm. Unpleasant. How did you lose that?
I wish I could tell you. Strike. That's better. 26.
Yeah.
Oh!
25.
Oh, so close.
You come at him with full force, and he like meets you equally, and again, like a reversal of what happened just a few beats ago. You manage to twist and find an opening on him.
But unfortunately, there is very little of me left to give. Luca steps forward again, trying to strike.
19. He like counters and like pushes you back a step. He's gaining ground on you. And now you're part of the order.
My value now is how I can serve.
Ooh.
26.
Ooh!
And there is a very strong conviction in that.
16. He takes a point of bludgeoning damage this time.
Yes!
Can you describe that last hit, please?
Oh, what do I want to do? Almost like a stab to his shoulder to match where he hit me, just a little bit higher.
Nice. You'd like sort of hit him in the like joint of the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little hiss of breath. Good. Good, he says. I was quite skeptical of you when you first claimed to be one of us. The way you carry yourself. That ridiculous outfit. But it's good to see that underneath strikes at you with a 16.
Oh, 14.
He knocks you back a couple steps of like you have to concede ground to him.
Yeah.
It's good to see that underneath you are a believer of the cause.
Luca steps forward. Karnath took everything from me, and there is a startling amount of sincerity in that as he strikes again in the same spot in his shoulder. And now I wear what I am with pride.
Ooh.
Damn. Take inspiration. I'm joking.
Okay. Add it to the inspiration pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Good. He's like put on the back foot, and there's like a flicker of like surprise, like alarm. He is not used to losing in anything, and you're proving to be a bigger challenge, but the words you are saying align with his worldview, so he's like excited to continue. I think he strikes again at you quite aggressively.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
And in that aggression, you like take advantage of like his over eagerness and like wildness of his swing, and manage to get another blow. I think this one you don't actually hit him, you just like hold the blade such that like he has to stop, or it'll like pierce his, or it'll like hit his chest where his heart would be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he laughs at that and says, "Oh, good strike. Falcon term, was it?
Luca nods sharply.
Yes. I think my father will be quite pleased to meet you. Your previous handler clearly didn't know what she had on her hands.
She was foolish in many ways. Luca believes that he can see.
Don't lay out the red carpet too thick for me.
You're gonna get killed as soon as you rock up.
I'm already on my way to dying. It's fine.
Man.
He'll do another attack.
Okay.
He's just eager to play at this point. Ooh.
Yeah, he's... Correct me if I'm wrong, Zeke, but this does feel startlingly familiar. I feel like Luca's bones remember this sort of play.
Yeah.
His very essence remembers this.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, nat 20.
Holy.
Nat 23. Woo!
Nat 26.
No, you added
Yeah,
your.
I know. My bless. I am blessed. I am
Oh
blessed
right,
in
this is your
moment.
aura. This is your
Yes,
aura.
my aura.
Kicking in. Gosh.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
You feel like I think in combination of like this swordplay and the name Falcon term, you can almost see a shimmer of Ulrich, but not as the child that you saw him in that one memory. Older, about 15, 16 maybe, wearing some sort of school uniform, and like
Ooh.
both of you just like going at each other in play combat, like giving it your all, truly exhausting each other, like this sort of game of like who can endure the longest, who's the better fighter. It feels it doesn't just feel familiar, it is familiar. You know that for a fact, that in your past, in your youth, you and Ulrich Falkenturm, Ulrich Ir Falkenturm, fought together like this as brothers in arms when you were training for the war.
That is likely like why Luca failed so thoroughly on this strike, as the memory like overlays his mind almost. And then there's just like a glimmer, I think, of joy on his expression that he wasn't expecting, and he doesn't even know that happens, so it just comes out. And I do think that Wolfram sees that in full.
Yeah, that's good. Oh. Does not know.
That's hilarious.
Nat 1.
That's exactly what I expected.
Nat 1 does not know what to make of that.
Ah, yes, he too is excited to be crossing swords. Yes. This enthusiasm is from me. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think you do take one more point of bludgeoning damage on that hit, and I think Wolfram says, "So I suppose the round goes to me. A shame. But if my father sees fit, I'm sure you'll be able to regain your weapons soon enough."
I think Luca's like panting a little bit, and he cannot shake the expression on his face right now. Like, his body is responding in a way that he cannot convince it not to.
Yeah.
So he nods and bows his head. He's panting and a little bit excited.
But where are my manners? You were still roughed up from the pirates when we first met, so this was hardly a fair fight.
Perhaps minorly skewed in your favor.
Oh well, I'm sure there will be plenty of time for us to challenge each other again.
Hopefully not just with swords.
Oh?
Do you play chess?
Ha! Oh, certainly. In fact, he, goes over and, sort of casually tosses his, training sword back onto the rack. Why not go for a game now? There's still a few hours.
Luca puts his sword back a lot more carefully, obviously.
And Wolfram the Fourth will lead you away to his chambers within the fortress. He leads you to his quarters where you will play chess until mealtime. Or until
We're getting
you...
fed. Oh, thank goodness.
yeah.
Luca hasn't eaten in hours.
Yeah, you're feeling some kind of way.
I know. I'm a waif at this point.
Yep. So, we cut to the Kraken Slayer. Let's do a quick weather check for what today is like for you guys. Somebody roll me a d20.
Sour Rum can do that.
I was gonna say, Rom, you haven't rolled in a while.
Okay. So, D20 was it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oop. 14.
Okay. Can you give me a roll me a d10?
There's a 1.
So it is a drizzly, rainy day with very low winds outside.
Well, that's not good.
I mean, in some ways, it's no winds is okay because you're not fighting against the winds. So we see just rain beating down on the Kraken Slayer ship as it coasts through the sky, low, overcast clouds as you head further and further north.
May I suggest something too?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like the more that you've sort of described the way that the wheelhouse is, I've sort of implied that Willow is just kind of here, the way that any person could be in this place. I feel like it makes more sense, especially because you've described that there are necessary gears and other equipment here. I think it makes more sense that Willow's place aboard the ship has always kind of been in this place. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have split their time between doing the weather watching and monitoring the engine from the helm and being in the actual engineering rooms.
Yeah, because I think what I'm gathering is Claptrap, for example, is very suited to being down in the engineering area, and I rarely imagine him sort of scampering around on the deck, whereas Willow, largely in my memories, let's say, of the Kraken Slayer and Storm Chaser days, very much operates within the wheelhouse, can stop by the elemental engine as well as the engineering room, but also the wind wards and other things on the actual deck. Just because I feel that gives more of an understanding, I guess, of what Willow's role is here specifically. And also that they might have actually been in the room too with whoever's driving the vessel. I think it just makes sense.
Yeah. So, we see Willow poring over stuff like barometers and other dials and so on, measuring the fuel, the burn output of the elemental engine. Koulton is at the wheel, maintaining course, looking at the map, keeping an eye on the compass and the chronometer to get an accurate sense of where you are in the world. And I think we see Koulton sort of flatly ask, so, from the top again, Crew's fine. But imprisoned on, what? Karnath military outpost in the sea?
They were imprisoned. One of my crew broke them out.
Oh, good.
And I suppose it wouldn't be Karnath anymore. They've sort of been estranged from Karnath.
Cool. Great. And the storm chaser is in the water.
Willow nods without saying anything.
The elemental ring?
Gone.
Broken off, gone? Empty, gone?
Just gone.
Great. So the medic is there, patching people up. My sister's there. There's a pond at the bottom of the... What was that?
I don't know. Storage. No. A room. I'm racking my mind. What did En elaborate on?
There's a
It was storing
cavern
crude
under
oil.
the ocean, essentially, with a body of water inside of it, and also did send you a message that about them dragging what seemed to be oil, barrels of oil, up from the bottom of the fortress where this cavern was located. So En thinks now it was used as storage for these barrels of oil in some capacity.
And I can assume that the oil is probably going to be fed into the spell engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Willow holding their head a little bit because these details are escaping them as quickly as they come through. Willow will say, I believe that the pond under the ocean is storage for some kind of oil that is feeding a spell engine that is keeping the skeleton army of the massacre that happened at the place alive and running. Well, undead and running.
Alright, so... we blow that up, that stops all the armies of undead?
Suppose so. I didn't really get a good gauge on whether that was already enacted, but that would be... Willow kind of pauses, like they've just kind of clicked about something. Glances at Koulton, glances away. That would be my plan, yes.
Right, and your contact at whatever... En?
Willow briefly racks their mind, like, were they meant to say their name? Oh well, too late. Willow nods.
So they're with my sister and the crew.
Hmm.
And they're able to talk to you.
They decide when the line is open, but yes.
So like a sending spell, but they cast it. So you were on there for a long time.
It's not a typical sending spell.
Okay. At least something's working in our favor. So, plan is we get there as quick as we can, help them out, defeat all the skeletons, prevent anybody else from dying, and then fucking... next steps, I guess.
Willow's quiet in a way where you can't really tell if they are just not listening or if they just don't want to respond. I am looking at the map at large, though. Willow's, I think while he's talking, they are thinking about the placement on the map. So is the map open? Yes. Okay. Koulton's talking about next steps. I don't know if I necessarily heard that part, but I have heard him sum this up.
Summarize, yeah.
Yeah, summarize the plan as only skeletons, just the fort as an isolated level, like an isolated place without any external input. And usually I would agree with that. Would you say that I have reason to tap into my recent knowledge of things to analyze a different angle that he might not know about?
I would say yes.
Because I do think that's occurring to Willow now. about how I found out about Wolfrun Grimwald the Third in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the silence, Willow kind of goes to the back window. What do I see when I look out? It's just the open ocean, right?
Yep.
And a bit of cloud. I always imagine that the airships kind of get like almost like, you know, the way that waves foam beside a ship.
Mm-hmm.
I often imagine clouds, low-lying clouds, or like almost like cloud cover stirred up by the wind. The engines itself like sort of starts pluming around the cloud. So there's this kind of like it carries a cloud with it kind of feeling.
A little bit, yes. On the Kraken Slayer, it is less so, but because it's so rainy and humid and like the air is very still, the clouds are quite low lying, so it's like quite pronounced.
Yeah. Nice. I've always imagined the Storm Chaser ones to be these big, like pluming, lovely, thick clouds. The Kraken Slayer less so because it's so zippy. But anyway, I'm not thinking about the Storm Chaser. Willow looks out at the sea. Is there anything there?
Make a perception check. Disadvantage because your eyes are fucked.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah, so true actually. Yep, that tracks. I do imagine Willow looks and is immediately like blinded by the reflection of the sun on the ocean. Granted, it is pretty overcast.
It is super overcast, but like even that is like still a lot of light, and you also have the ethereal interference sort of creeping in now. So you just see like these wisps of like brightly colored light as like sort of you can basically see the magnetic field of the earth at the moment is the sort of like interference that you're getting. It's like a lot of sort of static and color haze. That's awesome. Like it's just a lot of noise in front of your eyes.
Yeah, Willow sees
you can
it.
Still mostly make out what's like happening in this plane on the material plane. It's just that like you get sort of like a 30% opacity overlay.
Yeah. Willow winces and like shuts their eyes again and moves away from the window, just remembering themselves. I think they kind of shade their hand over their eyes. They were clearly looking to check for something, though.
You gonna tell me what you're doing, or should I just guess?
There might be another piece to this.
Yeah?
How do I broach this? Hold on. Let me just...
What was it you said like 5 minutes ago? Friends with Lyrander or something?
Okay. How best to deliver this news? It's okay. I'm in pain. Let's just ride that wave. How much did Emma tell you about the convocation? Let's assume none. Not for lack of her communicating, but just for there being greater priorities. Khorvaire of the Dire Sharks. So there was a heist. No. Okay.
So you were the one that robbed Khorvaire.
Oh, that got around.
Oh, that got around. It was fucking hilarious. I thought I was gonna buy the guy a drink who did it. Oh, he was fuming.
Well. Oh, God, no. Anyway, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, how did that deal more psychic damage than like anything else that's ever happened? Don't worry about it, that's not the point. Willow carries on quickly with the conversation. Yes, I staged a heist of the ship, and the thing is that when we stole from the safe, there was evidence, of course, with him liaising with Lyranda. As everyone knows, that's where we met Gardenia, your spy, Thorani. Anyway,
Yep.
we met her there, and of course, there were already previous whispers about Khorvaire being involved with the Emerald Claw.
Yeah, he sure knows how to pick 'em.
The thing is, Willow was sort of like standing and like forcing themselves to like brute force through this exposition. Yeah, I think for this part they're gonna start like pacing so they don't really have to like see his reaction, so to speak. But anyway, Willow's gonna say, so the thing is, of course, that we needed a scapegoat when we were there, and it wanted it to kill as many birds with as singular of a stone as possible. Yes. So in order to diminish the scrutiny that may fall upon my crew or anyone affiliated, we framed the Emerald Claw.
I think the whole time, like, Koulton has sort of been, like, lazing on the wheel, like, leaning on it, and, to, like, support his weight, and, like, he's been sort of, like, flat dead, and then at this, he just, like, drops his head to, like, bonk his forehead, like, against the wheel itself, and just, like, gives such a tired, like, dry laugh, like...
Yeah. Ideally, if we were heading anywhere other than this one singular place in the entirety of the map, it would be fine. However, as current circumstances would have it, we might need to keep an eye on the seas.
Great. He like opens up the speaking horn next to the wheel. It says, "Everybody keep an eye out for fucking Lyranda and Diashock ships." Slams it shut.
Willow was thinking that they did have surveillance map for Lyranda, at least, to be able to make sure that Lyranda isn't around, but I did give that to Emma.
Yeah. Who is not here.
Yes, I'm aware. Willow's going to assume that he didn't get that note either, but I do know that N is in contact with Emma, so maybe I could ask Emma if we are to expect any Lyrandas around. I mean, and Willow's thinking, as long as we beat Khorvaire to the Emerald Claw fortress, yeah, then it should be okay. And Lyranda has no reason to believe that the Storm Chaser just crash landed at the Emerald Claw fortress. So, and it's not like Lyranda and Emerald Claw, as far as we know, are the ones liaising. It's Khorvaire that is the junction between those two things. But it's just a matter of time and getting there faster, is what Willow was saying in their head, while also like suffering with the world's worst headache and seeing into the magnetic field of the Earth. Anyway, yeah, we just need to kind of get a move on, I think, is what Willow's thinking, and I feel like Koulton knows that without Willow having to say it.
Yeah. Koulton is like rubbing the bridge of his nose and like poking against like the sort of upper socket of his eyes, like just under the brow bone of like he's trying to like get rid of a stress headache through pure force, and goes, right, how fast can this thing go?
Well, if you activate both, Willow probably appear beside him to show like the capacity of the new engine, because I think that would be the newest style or the newest monitor.
Mm-hmm.
The dual engine, so to speak, which we haven't discussed, but it's there. He would have seen it light up.
Mm-hmm. You appear next to him and he looks up very sharply.
I'm still keeping relative distance, and I'm just gonna gesture at the dial and sort of inform him of how we can get there faster. Through it.
Mm-hmm. He goes, right. Koulton takes in this information and will make a piloting check.
Nice.
That's a 27.
Ooh.
We see a little, spark click, and the elemental ring bursts into flame and, supercharges, and Koulton, very smoothly shifts into top gear, and you are zipping over the ocean. The rain now, you are moving so fast relative to the rain that it's splattering on the windows and stuff, and it feels like it's coming down much harder than it actually is, just by the speed that you're going at. And Koulton does a little,
I think there's a little jerk forward as not jerk because it was a very smooth transition into it, but the speed movement. Willow, just imagine briefly almost out of habit grabbing the wheel, one of the spokes, just so that they stay steady, and then they immediately hand off. They will look at the ring. It works wonderfully, if they may say so themselves.
Yeah.
But it also hurts their eyes. So
it
moment
hurts their
of
eyes so bad.
Yeah. Moment
it's
of good.
like looking at the sun a little bit.
That's okay. I think they'll take the momentum to close their eyes and walk towards the back of the ship, back of the wheelhouse again.
You see Koulton sort of turn his head to watch you leave. He goes, "So why were you robbing Kolbakon?"
I mean, why wouldn't someone rob Khorvaire?
Yeah, but this is you we're talking about. There's never not a why.
I think he doesn't see it, obviously, but with the camera kind of on Willow, you see their eyes open a little. Gosh, all the scarring is so severe around their eyes right now. It's not even that intense, I feel, but it is it's just more pronounced, and I feel we never see it, and it's almost the more Willow keeps their glasses off, the more pronounced it seems to get. Anyway, that's not the point. I think Willow's looking down at the necklace. They're kind of idly fiddling with the necklaces on their armor. He had a snitch in the sea dragons. Couldn't have that. Bonus round. Never liked him anyway.
So you were at the convocation. You robbed Kolbakon because... What, you had to bail out a snitch? So that Ryga wouldn't get his shit rocked? And... You were just there. You were just there at the same time that I was there. The same time all of us were there. What, was that the only opportunity you had to rob him? Must have been, because... Otherwise, why'd you risk getting so close? Wasn't until Emma chased you down that you even issued the challenge. You know what? Forget it. I'm overthinking it. I don't care. I don't want to know. make an insight check, please.
I want him to make an intelligence check as well.
I can do that.
6.
13. Double 13s on an int check.
Okay. I don't insight anything, I assume, on a 6.
Nope.
That's okay, I'm facing my back anyway, and I'm largely avoiding that conversation. But that's okay. I think the intelligence check will lend to the only part of that Willow might respond to. Will I respond to this? Is this the right thing to say? Is this the time to say it? I am so exhausted by you, Willow says, pointing at a mirror in their brain. Guy pointing closely at mirror. I hate this guy.
So what was the int check for Koulton? What's he supposed to realize?
Not necessarily supposed to realize, but the question of why Willow sabotaged... No. Rob's Kohlberg on. I think we'll let that ride into how he might glean this next part of the conversation. I don't know whether I'm giving too much away. I don't exactly know why Willow would share. That's what I'm musing on at the moment, Sally.
Why would Willow share? Because they're exhausted and their filter is broken at this point.
So true, actually. You know what? I think this...
10 minutes ago, Willow was talking about the prophecy to him and saying, like, weird that you weren't in it. And he was like, I don't understand a thing you said. And they were just like, all right, no context. Oh, well.
Yeah, no, okay. You know what? I think the power of a solid will actually is going to push me into this. Willow will... Wheeling all the way back to the start of what he said. Raggar's an ally of yours, isn't he?
I think he just, like, makes a noise like his headache has just gotten much worse.
Anyway. I'm not a sea dragon. I feel like Willow said the wrong dialogue option right at the outset. They were meant to say something else.
Yeah.
Because, like, the thing they were going to say was that it's not about Rhaegar's shit being rocked, but, like, it doesn't, like, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, it just, like, I think Koulton, like, understands what you're saying, but, like, is just, like, I forgot how annoying it is to talk to you. You can't just give a straight answer, can you?
So I hear you have a secret industry being built in Regalport.
Of course you know that.
Of course I do, yes. Would be a pity, wouldn't it? If one silly sea captain decided to share that news outside of Regalport, especially to the person who is in touch with Lyranda. That might put a dent in your plans. Willow told on themselves. They just caught themselves. They're meant to say the plans. It's okay. Carry on. What was it?
Koulton's like, am I supposed to say thank you?
No, that's why I wasn't telling you. Oh my god, Willow's got a headache. No. Oh, Willow immediately echoing a louder headache. We have to work together, yes?
That's the plan.
Yes, so let's stop talking.
Sure. Let's just not talk about everything that's happened.
Oh, okay, then talk something useful then. Say something useful. Or at least honest. Oh, thank you.
It's just like Koulton is like fully rubbing his eyes, and it's just like the last 24 hours. is maybe only the second worst day of my life.
Lucky you. Carry on. What were you saying?
You show up. The storm chaser crashes. Is now captured by some kind of fucked up Karnath cult. Extremist
Karnath.
bullshit.
Emerald
Whatever.
Claw.
Whatever. I don't... Do I look like I give a shit?
Oh, well, you're asking, so I'm just giving you answers. Carry on, please. Keep going.
And all of that because of some crazy wild magic storm that made me forget the name of my sister and all of my crew until you keep telling me their names. What else? Oh, yeah, you're here. You got struck by lightning. You've been missing for the last 5 years. Broke my fucking heart. Whatever. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Because Lyranda and Kolberkon might be on the way, while the Storm Chaser is a sitting duck. And it's just me here, and you. And we have to go save them. Or else. And I haven't slept. Because I don't fucking trust the guy you hired to fly the ship without crashing into a mountain.
Didn't hire him, technically.
Befriend... What?
He was sort of a gift by Reich. Doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Carry on.
Oh my fucking seas and skies.
I rolled a 10 Arcana check to be like, wait, 11, technically. About the forgetting everyone's names. That was a result of the wild magic storm.
Yes.
Okay, did anything else affect him? Only 11. I just realized I never really checked.
No, you didn't. I think on 11, it's like, you can't tell if there's anything else.
Okay. Keep in mind, I have there is a sword right through me as an aside, but that's not the point. That's okay. I think I'm
used to that.
Multiple. Yeah, I think I've got multiple swords. Just like.
Yeah.
Is he done, or can I cut in? I think I drove him to complete headache.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said gifted by Ryger, and Koulton did the equivalent of like slamming his forehead into the horn. I feel like.
Aww. Is he gonna ask, or is that just like a no? I can't be bothered with more information. Like, is that just like a?
I think it is sort of like I cannot fucking get into this right now. Just like don't even start.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I shouldn't have brought that up. I think Willow's backpedaling too, because they're thinking now about what he said. Not that part. Not that part.
Mm-hmm.
Not that part. Not that part.
Other part. Not that part either.
The other part. The part before it. The part before it. The part that I think Willow was saying. You forgot everyone's names?
I just couldn't remember them.
Yep. That
I
is
knew
the
who they
definition of
were.
forgot. Yeah. Okay.
I knew who they were. And as soon as I heard them again, I remembered everything. I didn't forget who they were. It was just like...
Willow's remembering how he remembered Willow's name. Off the back of Varys yelling it. So they will kind of like tilt their head. I think they kind of peer back over their shoulder. They can't look at him directly because the light of the elemental would fill this room, I think. So they're facing their back to the facing their back to the fire. Anyway, Willow's just thinking about the fact that he forgot their name. Didn't he say something last episode about like run and hide till everyone forgets your name?
That was about 2 episodes ago, but yes.
Yeah, sorry,
was
last
a
episode.
big-
I mean, meant to be episode. Like, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last monologue, let's say. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think Willow kind of snarls to himself. Like, that's so mean. Willow does, I think, laugh a little, just a little snicker, like, behind their hand, as Koulton's justifying, like, I didn't really forget them. I just forgot their names. I just don't remember their names.
Amen, girl. Amen.
No, Luca, you're different. You got amnesia. You forgot everything.
So yeah, I'm having a shit day.
You know, it is so hard for Willow not to arrive at conclusions.
They're always concluding.
Yeah, I guess so. They're always deducing. Trying to. Answers are not set in stone. Sometimes consequences are set in stone. That's not really the point, though. It is difficult to avoid and outrun the feeling of being proven correct about all one's demons. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I rock up and it's the worst day ever.
Second worst day.
Yes, but I caused the first worst day ever. Presumably. Oh, Willow's tired, man.
So how does this experience rank for you? Also second worst? Where does it compare to getting your eyes exploded?
Really less of a quantitative experience, more of a qualitative one, and they don't exist on a hierarchy, so to speak.
Koulton just like you're like facing your back to him, but like you feel the like way he turns around and just like gives you such a flat look of like, really?
For a good portion of time, I didn't know where the days stopped and started. So, difficult to say what would constitute the worst day ever. I've had some shockers to be sure, but, you know, for example, the worst day ever in my adulthood, or I suppose I could divide it into areas of the map. I would have had the worst days ever around the Regal Port Principality. Sorry, pardon me. The Sea Dragon Principality. That would be maybe slightly different. Look, I'm not going to be able to answer this question neatly. But that's why this method doesn't work, you see. Feel free to reword your question.
I think I'll just ask a different one. Can you even see?
Yes. Obviously. How do you think I shot you before?
Or you were wearing glasses?
Glasses don't have eyeballs in them. Oh, you mean am I capable of any kind of sight? Like, in the way that glasses are required to see? Yes, I can see. It just hurts.
So is that why you flinched when you looked outside the window? Too bright?
What? Yeah, what else would it... No, I was confronted by the weight of my past. Yes, it's because of the light sensitivity. That's always been a thing. Just worse now.
Worse how?
The aforementioned lightning strikes.
Yeah, I know what did it. I'm just like, what kind of worse?
It's worse. I am constantly seeing between the place between two planes. I'm constantly seeing the middle ground. There's nothing. Seeing is a headache. without proper workarounds, which I found the solution to, thank the sovereigns. Without proper workarounds, I am constantly seeing into the middle ground. The space between spaces. It's difficult to explain. An intangible tangible or a tangible intangible, whatever it is, it's difficult and it's... Willow gestures vaguely, they don't know how to say, like, you know, it's awful and it feels bad. It's awful, feels bad is one of the worst things ever, but I don't know how to say that.
Sounds shitty.
Thanks for noticing.
He reaches into, like, he reaches over and like taps a drawer that's like next to the wheel where you would normally put like certain equipment, like calipers and stuff like that for measuring dead reckoning and so on. Like taps it once, opens it.
My ear flicks, I think, at the sound of it. I sort of turn slightly.
Found him. Last night.
Insight. I rolled a 5. Don't worry about it. I don't insight anything.
His voice is completely monotone.
Completely level for Koulton, because monotone would strike a fear of God into my heart.
Level, yeah.
Level, yeah. Okay. The I rolled a 5 on insight. Will it like kind of like, how do I say, flinches when they look at him, and when they go to kind of read into it, they're immediately like, no, I'm not going to read into it. It's last night. You're only giving it to me now. Willow marches over and like snatches it off him.
He's not holding it. It's like in the drawer next to him.
I think he would have to indicate to me that it's actually there. Or does he not want to touch? Like,
He like basically he knocked on the drawer, opened it up. You heard the like
I can see
jangle of like the
Right.
glasses are out.
Yes. Okay, cool. No, I'll go over and get them. And look them over. Are they okay?
There's a big scuff on one of the lenses. Give me an investigation check.
Nice.
Yeah.
12.
Badly scuffed, like a little bit shattered on one of the edges. You know, like when you drop a phone and it like cracks on one side of the screen?
No.
And also being like just generally like scratched up as if it was like wedged between boards or something.
Willow looks annoyed. Can a mending cantrip resolve that?
Yes, the mending cantrip will remove the worst of the wear.
Yep. Willow's going to quickly. I feel like the mending cantrip plus like just general buffing and like polishing to get them looking okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give a pissed off energy to Koulton as they kind of snatch the glasses and walk back.
You're welcome.
What am I supposed to thank you for holding out? Buff, 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 buff. Annoyed polishing.
Doesn't feel great, does it? Whatever. Hope your headache gets better and you stop being as annoying as you are.
Willow in their head is exploding. I didn't ask for thanks. That's why I didn't ask for thanks, because it's annoying.
Actually,
What?
I
Oh, the
believe.
first words out of your mouth should
Your
have been
mouth
sorry
and
or
been
thank
sorry
you?
and
Is that
thank
what you're
you.
thinking about?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
okay. Alright, yeah, let me check myself. The thing that I said yesterday when I was in the middle of unloading an entire gun into you. Like, yeah, okay. Sorry that I'll be held accountable for the things that I said in that moment and not the more reasonable things that I said in this moment. Nothing I've said has been reasonable because I've hardly said anything at all.
Willow exploding.
Explodes internally, takes a deep breath, puts on their glasses, and takes a deep exhale. Exhales so much until all of the angry goes away. Oh, he's annoying, but he's always been annoying. And I knew that. And guess what? I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yay. Good.
At least now you can
Great.
see without the 30% opacity overlay noise filter.
Yeah. Good. It's okay. I take a long meditative breath and say, with the most shit-eating smile, "Thank you, Prince Brightwind."
Gross.
And now, just before you get any ideas about me owing you any kindnesses, let me run through it for you. Willow appears beside him, and now they are ticking off on their hands. Emma.
I think there's like a
your
little
sis-
like jolt as as you get like close. He's still got this like weird defensive posture around you, like every time you get close.
That's fair. Same. Anyway, oh no, sorry. Let's list this correctly. Delete that last part. So Willow is counting on their hands. They'll say. So in your mind, you'll see 3 triplets. No brain cells between them. Lara, Mara, Tara. Yes. You'll see a helmsman, who I believe his name is Orkan. Don't ask me how I know that. You'll see, let's see, if you've kept the same chef, that would be Jean-Luc. Regret to inform, I don't remember his sous chef's name. But oh well. I also don't remember many of the other Storm Chaser members, likely because of the, the situation of my absence, but disregard that, because we also, I don't know if Stern's still around, but that's the doctor. You are aware that Claptrap and Bjorn betrayed your trust and are in this very ship, as well as Maymay, the Thorani, who I don't even know if you talk to her or think about her or whatever it is. Anyway, your other guard, the Thorani, with them. Let's see. I don't really know who the medic N mentioned was. And of course, wait, let me just think. Well, I'm thinking real quick. Hold on. I don't know if Cannonball is still here. But of course, the main thing that has been causing you so much grief would be Magda, dwarf, black lipstick probably, unless she's changed her aesthetic, highly doubt it, and of course your sister, Emma Brightwind. You're better now.
Koulton gives you a look of like...
Willow almost looks like if they were in a more amenable mood, they would have like almost like pinched his cheek, like you better now, like that kind of like condescension is just oozing off them.
He can feel it. And he's just like, if it weren't for the fact that I'm so fucking tired, and that I need to focus on the fucking ship. Thanks for the update.
I don't think you'd remember my name either, would you? My government name, yes, but the other one? I'm gonna roll an insight check. I want to see the look on his face. Because that thanks, I felt it on the tip of his tongue, but it's not there, is it? Let's, 12.
19.
And who cares? I'm looking at him. You rolled a dice, so am I meant to care about it? I'm looking flatly at him like you forgot my name, didn't you? Like that expectant, neck out, big eyes, big circular discs where my eyes used to be. He'll notice that these are like darker than my usual
Yep.
Fen glasses. Yep. They are pretty much opaque, so you can't see my eyes anymore. Lucky for you, you can just see the little spidery lightning bits coming out from around my eyes. While Willow fixes him with the biggest shit-eating grin
Do you
again.
know the answer?
Dora the Explorer looking at the screen.
the amount of like contempt and like disgust, just like simmering flames on the side of his face.
Because there's actually flames outside too.
No, I don't think I could ever forget you, Fen.
Oh, he remembered.
You know what I just had? All you gotta know is that in that moment, Willow keeps smiling, okay? In that moment, Willow looks, and I would like to think that this is mutual, because they're kind of like looking at each other over the like.
Yeah.
There's a brief flash of, oh, I played myself. Oop. That I hope goes both ways.
If it does, you can't see it.
Good. Mutually. It's mutual. Yeah. I think we're just gonna stand here in whatever that aftermath is.
I'm gonna make some perception checks for the other people aboard the Kraken Slayer. They're supposed to be looking out. Oh, good.
May
Thanks,
sees
May.
Khorvaire flipping you off from down in the ocean.
He can't see shit from down there.
His spite is his guiding light.
His spite is outweighed by mine and Koulton's.
You hear a voice suddenly come over the speaking trumpet from the outside. It says, there's a weird bank of fog in the sea. Like, it looks like magic fog. Yeah.
I imagine there is the like lightning between the eyes. Eye contact. Sorry, it's a horrible way to say it, but you know, like the anime trope of like we're making such intense eye contact that there's lightning bolts shooting between us.
Yeah.
That with whatever the background energy of you played yourself is, read into that. But like disrupted by both of them kind of like looking at the speaker in time for, or at least their ears flicking towards it.
Yeah.
I do think we're stuck in a kind of staring contest until like who's the first person that's going to break and go and check what that fog is. Can we agree to break simultaneously? Like,
yeah, I think there's like a mental 3, 2, 1 break.
Yeah.
Of like neither of you are willing to lose, so like there's just like a mental like countdown that you both hit.
Yeah. I imagine it's turned away with such like nonchalance as well. Like we both intended to do that.
It's so casual. So casual.
Oh, 100%. Anyway, does En have my spyglass or do I have it?
I believe you have it.
Yeah, I doubt En took it with them when they went aboard the Storm Chasers, so you probably have it.
You were using it, I think, when we were on the Kraken Slayer because you were looking out for the Storm Chaser. I think that's what we were doing.
But I don't think En would have taken it with them.
Anyway, what just rolled? Nah, because I was just about to go with my spyglass and look out the back window and see what happened. But what? Huh?
You waited a beat too long.
I was talking about spyglasses.
No, it was the staring contest.
Competition.
there is a shriek of arcane energy as something heavy hits the base of the Kraken Slayer with a thud that makes the whole ship lurch as if stuck. And as you're catching yourselves, you see a flash of massive wings zip past the windows overhead.
Wings? Wings?
Wings.
Oh.
Let me pull up. Let me pull up a map.
Pull up. Yes, please. What the?
How?
0.04.
Grab Koulton initiative.
Mid. Good one.
Yeah.
Literally mid.
Yep. That's why I said it. Mathematically. Inish! And I have advantage on it. So would that pull me to normal or would I have advantage?
Flat.
Mid!
Also mid! No, wait, Zeke has to say it.
Yo!
Oh, Claptrap!
Claptrap!
Claptrap! Claptrap rolled a nat 20 on initiative for some reason.
He's just
Okay.
been
Did you
napping
yell
this
at it?
entire time.
True, he's been pretty chill. Hey, May, everyone winning over. Well, okay, Koulton and I haven't slept, and we've also been arguing.
Yeah, you guys aren't in the best
Yeah.
shape.
Dr. Prince Luca prescribes one hug when I get back. For each
What
Oh,
the hell?
Yaris also rolled a nat 20.
Hell yeah, Varys.
Oh my god, yes! Prove that you can steer this ship.
Oh no.
That one
That's
for
me.
your dinosaurs.
All right, so you have been hit by a grasping round from a ballista attack.
Oh,
Top of the round, Varys will bust up on the deck as you are surrounded by Quetzalcoatlus riders. Varys doesn't have a ranged attack.
oh. Greenleaf.
But he does have these hands and Mark of the Storm magic. Fingers crossed.
Wait. He does have Corbicon's sword. Anyway,
Ah!
disregard. But that only when they get close. That's not overly
Yes.
helpful right now.
Yes. I think he will use the rest of his action to move up and into the helm
Good.
and just shout in general, "Captain! Flyers boarding us! We've been struck! Grasping round!"
He's talking to me, right? Or is he talking to Koulton? I can't tell. Is it vague?
It's vague.
Yeah,
He's kind of
imagine
addressing
kind
it
of
at both of you. Of
Yeah,
like,
I thought
whoever will
so.
take that, whoever will take that.
Yeah, no, good point. Willow kind of looks at Koulton. The look that I'm giving Koulton is, you know what's smart to do.
All right. Well, it's not Koulton's turn,
Good.
but it is Claptrap's turn.
I'll thank the Sovereigns. He'll save us.
He doesn't even believe in dragons.
These are dragons. These are dinosaurs.
I know. I'm joking. Did you believe in dinosaurs? I forgot. Hilarious.
I hope so.
They're here. Claptrap, May, and Bjorn will collapse their turns into one and fire a ballista bolt
Nice.
at one of the Quetzals. So 17. What's your AC? 13. Okay, so that's a hit. Oh.
Ooh, let's go.
All right. The ballista bolt flies out at one of the. Imagine this map is bigger because we're in the sky, but this is just for the sake of
Demonstration purposes.
demonstrations. So, the ballista bolt strikes out against the Quetzalcoatlus at the front starboard side of the ship. And the rider uses its reaction to veer quickly, splitting the damage between the two of them. All right. Well, that's those three. Willow!
Willow time. Okay, well, quick thing. I believe you said that I technically took a field rest when I
Yes, you should.
dissociated for 6 hours, right?
Yes. I was supposed to bring that up earlier, but I forgot.
It's okay, we're in the middle of something, but it's certainly becoming apparent now. So, what would I do in that instance? Also, it's a new day, so I gotta recharge my gun.
Yes, so roll a d6 plus 1 for your magic missile. So you have 2 charges in your magic missile wand.
Okay.
You can restore expended spell slots equal to half of your maximum spell slots rounded down.
Okay, so in context, that is it's half rounded down. So if I
Yes.
had 4 level 1 spell slots, I get 2.
Yes.
And if I have 2 level 2, then I have 1. That's nice.
Hey.
Thank you for field rest, homebrew stats. I haven't had a chance to reassess any of my actual spells, but that's okay.
Well, I think you're fine.
Yeah, and I'm at 25 hit points, which is okay as well.
You are also no longer in a magic storm, so
Yeah.
you are free to fire at will.
So true. All right, so Willow gives that kind of meaningful, if not, I guess, bossy kind of look, depends on how you're interpreting it, to Koulton about Varys being here. Like, they know that he knows what the smart thing to do is here. And they will nod at Varys's instruction, rather his insights. I will ask, actually, I was on my way to do a perception check, but I didn't manage to do it. It got interrupted. Can I still have done it?
You can do a quick one while you're running.
It was more so at what was shooting at us. I can gather that it's something that has bolts attached to it, but I'd be curious. to know if I
Do
gleaned
that at
anything else.
disadvantage, please.
Was using my spyglass, but okay.
Oh, so
That was the one I was
if you're-
looking for my spyglass.
Okay. Yeah, in which case, flat roll. I'm gonna say you can see two ships, 2 sailing ships at the bottom there. One appears to be a Lyrander galleon, and the
Oh,
other appears
God.
to be the Killjaws, which is aiming at you.
How did he manage? How did he,
He was-
manage?
No, he was
don't-
already on his way here. He was already on his way. Remember, we stayed for ages at Orthos.
I know. I hate him. We don't have the time for this right now.
Ships. Oh my gosh, 2 ships. Lyrander and Killjaws, which is the flagship of Khorvaire Khan of the Dire Sharks. Great. For those who aren't following, that's the one that we heisted. Anyway,
On an 18 perception, I'll give Willow a little extra juice. The Lyrander ship is called the Provocation and appears to be carrying large
Come on.
equipment for capturing elementals.
so they're on a little excursion. Good for them. Okay.
Do you want to give me a quick Arcana or Insight check
Yep.
for a Willow Galaxy Brain moment? Disadvantage.
Sure. I've got disadvantage.
You're
Arcana
still tired.
or... What was the other one?
Either Arcana or Insight. Those
I'll go
two
Arcana
skills
because I
will
saw
give.
elemental.
Yeah.
Laughs. 10.
10. So it's just like, looks like the sort of stuff that you'd bring if you were studying elemental storms, maybe?
Great. No, I mean, that was the assumption because they're in the area of the sea where I used to do that. Anyway, I think I'm rolling a 10 because I see... So, okay, how I imagine it. I was running to the back window to have a look when we got hit. Willow sort of stumbles back, then Varys comes in, and then we have that moment. And in that interim, I am processing what I saw, which was the Killjaw, a Lyranda ship, and I kind of don't care about the rest.
Yeah. It's very much a, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Willow gives that like, oh, speak of the devil. No, I'm not gonna call him the devil. Speak of the bull shark himself. Speak of the asshole himself. Anyway. Well, this is happening. Willow gives that one more look to Koulton and will now go outside because they know that they have the projectiles.
Sorry, I genuinely thought you said, speak of the bullshit himself.
It is what I mean. Bullshot, Kolbokon. How far can I move? And where is my fish dog? It's dead. Is it dead?
It was.
Oh, it's with Varys.
It was with Varys. Actually, let me put it on the map. I forgot. Fish dog is here.
Fish dog. However, it had like 0 health. Let me just like.
I think it had like 1 hit. No, it had 9.
9. Yeah, I see it. All right, 9 health for the fish dog, and I mean it could help Varys with his steering because in case it's not clear, I've implied to Koulton that he should not be in here. But anyway, I might leave it with Varys for now. Will it be able to give him advantage on piloting?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, finally, after getting all of that in check, I am going to rush out. Head out, rather. How far can I move?
So to get outside, it's either out the doors to this little front balcony here, or it is down the stairs at the back and then like out the doors at the front.
So I can end up here or here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get the second one.
It's either on the balcony or on the main deck.
I think I'm going to want to be on the main deck because everyone else is there and this is now going to be necessary. All right. Can I see the Quetzal? Is it a Quetzal? Quetzal?
Yeah.
To the left of the ship.
I don't think so.
Can I see it if I get out to the balcony?
Yeah, I think it might be easier for you to get to the balcony rather than... It's either that or you would have to spend your whole round moving.
Yeah, nah. I think I'm gonna just head out and start blasting. Like, there's no reason for me to get that close. I know that they can pluck me off the ship too. So, this is within my range. I am aiming for the Quetzal off the side of the ship. With the magic missile, 1 charge should do.
Yes. Roll your damage.
Yep. Magic missile. And obviously I can't control where it lands, but know that I am aiming for... I'm aiming for the creature's wings in the way that you aim for a jet plane's wings.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that is 8 plus 3, 11 damage to this Quetzal. Cool. All right, it is Koulton's turn. He goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh, and I use the defensive shield to get temporary hit points, Just as
Yep.
I said.
Good. He says, he turns to Varys and is just like, just hold us steady. Comes outside. I think he's going to take a running leap. Use his little storm gusty floaty magic that he has inherently that lets him like feather fall at will, basically. I will make an acrobatics check for him. Still a disadvantage because he is tired. A
Not
15,
bad.
he's fine. Could have been a 20, but don't worry about it.
I mean, it could have been a 27, but anyway.
Whatever. And he will... Let's have you cast Shatter.
Oh,
How big is Shatter again?
big.
10-foot radius sphere. Okay. Which is good, because these things are huge. So that would get the entire creature plus rider casting Shatter. Second level. Ooh, that's a bad roll. That's fine. Ketzel makes a con save. Miss. Ryder makes a con save. Also miss. They both take 9 damage.
Yay!
As Koulton just like basically like jumps on deck and like hurls like a point of thunderous energy that explodes.
Nice.
Just
Evil
like a
baseball.
boom of thunder.
Yeah, it slaps.
Cool.
Nice.
Alright. I need to add turn for these guys. Because they rolled a 1, I believe, on their initiative. Great. Cool. The various Ketzels are gonna start aiming for the ship. Zoop in. Let's do Tangler Grenade.
Oof.
Ooh, 20. So that's a hit. Koulton needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Does not move fast
Dang.
enough.
No!
The rider comes in, throws like a sort of a ceramic shell that like bursts on impact at Koulton's feet, and just like there's this explosion of like sticky gray webbing, and
Ugh.
Koulton is restrained.
Oh my god. Okay. This is not his day.
No, it's not. The other jockeys will be throwing grenades at the Kraken Slayer's tail fins. So the Kraken Slayer will make a strength check to oppose that. Nat 20.
No way! What's with our enemy nat 20s today? Whew! That was almost 2 nat 20s.
18. 18.
Hell!
So the Kraken Slayer needs to make...
Oh, come on. Dang!
The Kraken Slayer is slowed, as the steering fins are basically gooped up with web, so there is it can't turn basically. Like it's the steering is gummed.
Yuck.
And I think this other rider will aim its short bow at Willow.
That is a miss.
So, dodged. You're good.
Dodged.
That's
Which
their
one
turn.
shot me? The one that I fired at?
This one.
What's that one? I can't see. Oh, to
It's the
wow,
one to
far away.
to the north. Yeah.
Okay.
Because this one did the sort of flyby
I see.
throw, and this one's like wheeling around, it shoots at you. Cool. It is the Killjaw's turn. Down below, it will make another fire of a ballista round at disadvantage. This is for another grasping round.
Miss, surely.
Miss. Yeah, that is a miss. That 100% misses the Kraken Slayer. Cool. Darius's turn.
Let's go, Mr. Greenleaf.
So, he needs to roll with the Kraken Slayer's stats at advantage, and he gets to roll a d4. He is going to make a strength check for the ship. Not great.
Shit. Okay. Wow. That's bad. That's an 8 plus a 2? Or is that...
Yeah, plus a 2.
Oh, well,
for
that's
for
better.
for a total of 10. Higher than 9. That was to sort of like clear the fins of the sticky webs.
Oh, did it work?
Not quite.
Okay.
I will say, the Kraken Slayer is moving at double speed.
Yeah.
So the only the riders can really take actions. The Quetzals themselves have to like flap as hard as they can to just even keep pace.
Yes.
Cool. Claptrap's turn, or rather the crew's turn. Claptrap, what can you do? What can you do other than... That's another hit.
Damn! Oh wait, from us. Yes. Woo!
Yes. That's another 16 damage. Ooh.
Not bad.
Yep. That sends this Quetzal flying to the ground.
By which you mean the ocean?
Yes, the ocean.
Okay.
You are approaching sort of the coast of Stone Spore to the north.
Okay.
Yeah. So we see like the like dogfight fighter like plane sort of spiral, like shot of like spiraling out of control as the Quetzal is like brought low as this massive airship ballista bolt tears through one of its wings, and the like rider has to like activate a featherfall token. These two are out of the fight.
Good. Bye.
Cool. That's the crew. Willow, your turn.
My turn.
Koulton is
okay.
stuck.
Imagine it like a net, like literally like a net, but
Yeah.
Spiderweb.
sticky.
Sticky
Yeah,
net.
sticky.
Yeah,
net.
spider web.
Yeah.
Or the same. Yeah. Okay.
You know those things at like Carnival where it's like spray foam?
Yeah, I feel like I know exactly the texture you're talking about. See, I had a bunch of things that I could consider using, but like, it is not very helpful that he's there. I mean, hold on, how far is he? That's 15 feet. You're 25 feet away. How far can I move?
30 feet.
I can do this a neat and more expensive way, or I can do it a mean and cheap way. How can I get down from here? That's a jump, right?
Yeah, jump or spend your whole turn running downstairs.
No, like from here to here. I'm talking direct. Direct action, baby.
Yeah, acrobatics check and a jump, and you will probably suffer 1d6 falling damage, but if you succeed in your acrobatics saving throw, acrobatics check, you will not lose any movement.
Yes. Quick question. I'll just check whether you let this fly first. If I jump down, say,
Mm-hmm.
and I get 15 feet away from Koulton, and I use lightning lure, will you let me?
Yes.
Will he know? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna jump then. So, Willow jumps over the balcony here to land here. I roll an acrobatics check. At disadvantage? Yes.
Yep.
Great. This is the clumsiest. No, I could win. I could get a nat 20. I could get double nat 20. Manifesting. I got a 5.
You do take 1d6 fall damage, and I will say, you take 1 full damage, 1 point.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
And you lose 5 feet of movement as you somewhat stack it, and I think you slightly roll your ankle on the fall of just ah.
Does he see it? Does he laugh?
You know what? Let me roll a perception check for him. This is very important.
Oh.
You should have saved that one, baby.
15. He does see it, and he's I think he looks to the side of just ooh, that's embarrassing.
Does he laugh?
I don't think he laughs at you.
He can be mean because I'm about to be worse.
Okay. I think it's more like oh, that was bad. You're bad at this.
Oh. Okay. Willow straightens up, sees that, prickles, and then prickles with electricity as the coils of lightning lure go around their wrists and their gloves. They pull it taut, and they will lasso Koulton.
Cool.
So, whoops. He needs to fail a save, though. I would love if he did that willingly, knowing what I'm doing.
We'll see if he fails.
Yes!
He fails.
Yes! He doesn't need to realize it. He sees me fall, goes, ooh, and then zap!
Zap, yoink. The good thing is
Zoink.
that as he is...
He's immune.
he is resistant to
Yes.
lightning, so he only takes 3 points. And it does, thank goodness, your DC is stronger than the DC of the web, so he is pulled out of the goop.
And right to me. Oh, and right to me. And he takes, he takes, what, three lightning
3.
damage?
3 lightning damage, that's nothing.
Yeah. How
Or
does
it
he
would
land?
be nothing.
Please?
Yeah, he, you basically yank him forward, and then there's, a little stumble as he almost collides into your space. Just couldn't think of a better way to do that!
Worked, didn't it? Okay. Do I have any other things I can do in this round? No, I've already cast a spell. I can't do anything else. That was a cantrip. Yep. I think that's all.
Cool. Alright, Koulton is fucking done with you people. He is going to cast... He's gonna cast Cold Lightning at 4th level.
Okay.
So that's 16 plus 4 is 20 damage on this Quetzal. That's a dex save.
Fail.
Fail. Auxiliary jockey. Success, so that takes half damage, but
That's still 10.
that is still 10. It is still very bad for this jockey. They both like get struck. Like Koulton like raises his hand and like pulls lightning from the sky, and it strikes through the rider and mount in one terrifying blow, and just like they plummet out of the sky.
Ooh.
Both dead.
Dead?
Dead on
Oh.
impact. Even on a success, that guy didn't have enough HP to survive.
Okay.
That's Koulton's turn, and he's gonna sort of like coolly walk to get a better angle on the other ones that are flying to keep up. Both of the two of the Quetzalflowers are out of the chase. There's only 2 left, I think. What they're going to do is throw 2 more Tangler grenades at the
Fins?
At the fins, yep. And then retreat. So I think they're stopping in the air of like they're no longer actively chasing you. So this is at long range, so disadvantage. That's a miss.
Fail.
And another miss.
Fail.
As you start sailing away. So, I will say there's like this sort of churning, grinding sound as like the Kraken Slayer is on like this spectral leash as the grasping round is like stuck in the bottom of the hull, and the Killjaws below, you can hear sort of like the faint shouting of distant sailors and war drums as it is trying to like aim at you. So it gets to make 2 rounds, 1 ballista grasping round. Disadvantage, that's a miss, and then 1 mangonel at normal. Aiming for the strut. So, yep, that hits.
Ooh. Oh, for the ship?
Ooh, yeah, that was for the ship. So the Kraken Slayer has sustained 35 bludgeoning damage to the port strut.
Damn. According to my notes, we had 242 HP.
Yes.
So minus 35 now?
Yep. Cool. Varys' turn. He is going to again try and make a piloting check for the Kraken Slayer with advantage. Need a 14 to break free from the grasping.
Dang.
9. He does
Wait, was that
get
an advantage?
Yes, because of Fish Dog.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's, that's an 11, so slowly getting better, but like still not quite there. You're like basically you can feel the weight of like you pulling this other ship along with you because you cannot increase the distance between the two of you. I'm gonna move the other Quetzalflyers off the board. They are no longer pursuing actively. They don't want to deal with that.
They just, yeah.
Trap will again make okay, this one is ballista bolt at the Killjaws down below.
Nice.
At disadvantage because you're way out of range.
Not bad.
That is a hit.
Yes.
And that does
Nice.
does beat the damage threshold.
Excellent.
I think. Let's see. Did anybody do anything else?
Regarding the
Nope. They're just all helping Claptrap man the ballista that's mounted on the bottom of the airship. Willow.
Okay, so we're at 207, I believe. Pardon me. One moment. I have so many pages. 207 out of 300 hit points. That's okay. We're down by a third. That's fine. We can handle that as long as we're not down at all. I have a question. So the first ballista, how is that attached to the ship?
The grasping round is basically embedded in the underside of the Kraken Slayer's hull, and there is a magical tether between the two of you.
Magical.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because my first instinct here, it just might take a little minute, but that's okay. No, okay. My course of action would be to cast Spider Climb and deal with the grappling hook myself, while the rest handle the rest of the ship. That work?
Yes, that would
Because
work.
I was thinking Koulton could cast Fly and go and deal with it himself, but if it's magical, the tether, I can tinker with that. I could probably dislodge it myself, and Koulton can either focus on dealing with any more threats that may arise around the ship. I am not look, we don't have to think too much about what's happening presently aboard. That's a different conversation. Whatever. But the actual, he can deal with the steering of the ship. I will go and dislodge the grappling hook. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you going to communicate any of that?
I think you see Willow. They're standing under the elemental ring. It's still full ball. And, I mean, hey, I wanted to stay low-key with the Kraken Slayer. I didn't want it to be seen by Orthos. I didn't want it to be known by anyone. This was kind of like our little thing. But now that the gloves are off, Lyranda knows the Kraken Slayer's back. If they even knew that it went. Kolberkon knows. And the more intelligent among them, if there are any among the masses, might know that it has a fire elemental now. Interesting. That is all I will accept them knowing. Willow is going to use their... So they're going to cast Spider Climb, which is a little tip-tap of their shoes. The usual gold hardware on the base of their shoes takes on that magical glint. So they are going to head past Koulton over on the left side of the ship. And while they pass him, they're going to say, I'm going to deal with the grappling hook. And head off the side of the ship.
Bye.
Cool. Koulton needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
I was like, this feels familiar.
I'm not jumping.
No!
Not a one! That was like the only thing that you could not have rolled.
You had one job.
Sorry, this is his trauma.
Oh.
What did Willow say they were going to do? Grab a grappling hook and start climbing over the side of
the grappling hook, and then I went over I tried to go over the side of the ship.
I think he lunges for you and tries. I think attack of opportunity. He's trying to grab your hand.
Hand?
Yeah, grab you by the wrist. That's a miss.
Okay, the wrist and the hand are two very different parts of the body. So I guess we will never know.
Wrist.
What do I roll?
Well.
Wrist?
Yeah.
Okay, which one?
I think I think
He
as like
misses,
as
so
you're
we'll never know.
No, he misses, so we'll never know. So like you say I'm gonna go deal with the grappling hook. He tries to grab you and like shouts, "Wait!"
I mean, he missed the grab.
He missed, so
no.
it's entirely up to you whether you do that or not.
Zeke! Why would you make me choose this again? Oh my god. I want to be sick. And I think I'm going to translate into Willow. As soon as they hear the note of panic in their voice, they feel nauseous. They feel nauseous, and it's almost as if the sky, it's almost as if the sun falls out of the sky. It's nighttime all of a sudden. It's the storm chaser all of a sudden.
You know what's the fun thing I forgot to describe? When Koulton cast Call Lightning, the rain clouds that were above you and around you coalesced into this like big 60-foot wide, 10-foot tall cylinder of like stormy weather that he has literal control over.
So it's nice and dark now? Is that what you're saying, Zeke?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And just like that, Willow is 5 years younger and leaving the storm chaser. I need to roll a wisdom save.
It's flat, at least.
13. Now, 13 has never been enough to save me in the past, but I mean, it's over 10.
It is over 10. I think a 13 means you hesitate.
Oh, hell yeah, I know I've hesitated. I haven't
And
had
that-
it in real life.
I think you hesitate and you like know that this is. I think you hesitate. You feel like you're back in that situation, but you know it's a different situation. So the question is, what do you choose to do with that hesitation?
Cry. That's what I don't choose to cry, but I want to. Anyway.
You felt him reach out for you and miss.
You know, even the heat from the elemental ring, that's uncanny. Because it didn't have a fire elemental until I tampered with it.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so uncanny. There's no... Anyway. 13 wisdom save. That's mid. That's putting the choice entirely in my hands. What do I do now? 13 is enough for me to know that I'm not in that situation anymore. Which means that I am currently not just the Willow that left. I am also the Willow that's dealt with a number of things along the way. You know what I'm thinking of?
Yeah. You're also the Willow that is here right now.
No, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
Base boosted, random click past thoughts. I am the Willow that was able to push the door open to find En crying on the floor in the bathroom of the Golden Dragon Inn that one time. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm the Willow that was able to have a conversation with Luca on the boat that I wasn't able to have before. I'm the Willow that helped Varys through everything. I'm the fucking storm chaser. Willow is going to turn to Koulton and say, "I'll be right back if you don't crash the ship." Shaky as hell, they are going to look at him with a nod that they hope is reassuring.
And then you go over the side?
I need him to at least visibly register that he heard me.
Give me a charisma check at just a flat one. Persuasion check, flat.
11! I mean, it's higher than his wisdom save.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Real talk, I set the DC at 10 because it's you and because it's him. Just you saying you'll be right back
Guys.
is enough to put a pause on the panic. And you see just like the quickest of nods. It's not a full confidence one. If this is I'm forced to trust you. And you go over the side.
It's just business, baby. Let's keep the ship afloat. I walk over the side of the ship. And, I mean, if there's any consolation, I don't fall over. I walk over with much the similar gesture as when the Kraken Slayer turned on its back.
Yep, just flip. Just, you flip 90 degrees and keep walking under the hull, running towards where the grasping round is embedded.
Assuming I'm at the base of the ship here, I will make it to about here again? Like there?
Yeah.
Because that's, I imagine there's verticality to take in mind. Or I guess
Yes,
I'll be
there
right
is.
there on the Koulton. Can we be mirrored? Just asking. Can we be on the same space? But on the flip side of the ship? Thank you. I think
you're approaching. We're approaching that as you're running down. Koulton begins running up. We'll make an acrobatics check to leap up. Please roll good, my mans. 19,
Nice.
Real good. So he goes, runs through to the back window, and then this is gonna be a charisma check on his behalf to basically aim his coal lightning so that it burns off the glue on the fins.
Nice.
So we'll see how well you do.
Not that great.
So Koulton tries to aim, but goes a little too wide. He's trying not to actually hit the fins themselves. So yeah.
We just had a nat 1 wisdom save. You don't have to be winning immediately.
Yeah. He's trying.
Oh, so am I. Yeah.
We're trying. These are trying times.
Yeah. All you can do is try.
Another fire of ballista. Nat 1 miss.
Ha! Get shitted on, you useless bastards. Anyway.
Mangonel. That's a hit. That's another hit to the struts. Ooh, this is bad.
Is it?
Um,
I am also on the bottom of the ship, which is a horrible place to be.
Yeah, one of the struts is now severely damaged, and it is making the elemental ring flicker erratically.
Oh my god, we cannot have 2 crashed airships. We can't.
Okay. Claptrap is going to abandon shooting as the second round hits the elemental barrier, and he's going to start doing tinkering checks to stabilize the output of the engines. So 12, not great. All right, Mei, what can you do?
Go home.
She would love to.
Yeah, no.
I think she's like, we see Mei sort of pop out the window, like one of the portholes on the underside of the airship, and like look out to try and assess the situation.
Do I wave at her?
I think you're on the other side. You're like
Okay.
underneath. Bjorn is like beginning to tie a rope harness for her.
Go. Okay.
Yep. So that's what the crew is doing. Willow. You are
Okay,
able to
how-
reach the embedded grasping bolt.
Okay, what does it look like?
It is this it looks like a ballista arrow, like a grappling bolt, but instead of a chain coming off it, there's like wisps of magic coming across it. It is sort of chunked deeply into the wood of the hull.
At a glance, does this look like a better opportunity for like straight up mechanical removal, like removing the hook from the ship, or is it? My instinct would say to impact the actual tether. We can keep the hook.
You can either try and like cut the bolt in half and like remove the haft of it. So like the pole of the bolt basically that's enchanted to emit the tether. Or you can try and pry the whole thing out of the wood, basically. I would say either one would be a Tinker's Tools check. But I think trying to...
I would assume that trying to dislodge the actual hook would take strength as well, in some
Yes.
regard. Yeah.
I would think that dislodging the hook would take strength, and I think breaking the bolt would be an attack roll, basically, of like you are sawing it in half.
Yeah, as opposed
So-
to can I actually try and tinker with the point of contact so that it dislodges? Because I assume that whatever's connecting magic to a physical item has something at its base that's like been magically welded together. That's my logic, but let me know if it's wrong.
It's more like the enchantment is imbued in the wooden bolt, like the wooden part of the bolt, and the like metal tip is what holds it in place on the vehicle. If that makes sense. I think. Do you have a crowbar?
I do. It's the one I
That would give you
fucked
advantage
up
on
Khorvaire shit with last time.
that would give you advantage to remove it.
Okay, so not an artificer thing, more of a carpenter
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you just need a crowbar.
Yep, well, we'll try it this way first, and if it doesn't work, I'll try it the other way. I was limiting the idea of, like, physical might things, but I did roll a nat 20, if I recall, on getting the safe out of Khorvaire's room with the same
Yeah.
crowbar. So I
Yeah.
feel like almost with a... And what do I see when I look down at the ocean, by the way? Upside down, as an aside.
Oh, yeah. Give me a quick perception check.
At disadvantage, I assume, because I'm upside down. How...
21?
That would have been a nat 20 again, but alas.
Again, Ben, but unfortunately you're tired.
So I got a 21 instead.
So, yeah. Yeah, you see the Lyrander vessel, the Provocation, standing at bay as like much further in the distance as like the two remaining Quetzal riders are like coasting back down towards it. The Killjaws is like heavily pursuing a full sails, every bit of rigging like dedicated to like trying to keep pace and close the distance. As it is being like partially dragged by the grasping round. So it's like got oars, sails, everything, just trying to keep up with the speed of the Kraken Slayer, which is moving so much faster than it. Yeah. And it is continuing to aim at you.
Do you reckon it can see me?
You are quite far away and quite small, so maybe.
Okay. I think, look, the sight of that
Whoever is
fills
looking
the word-
at whoever is looking with the spyglass absolutely can see you.
That's so funny. So there appears to be something walking underside their ship. Okay. No, that's funny. I think the sight of Khorvaire's ship struggling to keep up fills Willow with joy. They delight in taking the crowbar out and thinking I'm going to continue to fuck up your day. What do I roll?
This would be an athletics check flat.
Disadvantage, wouldn't it be? All my
No,
checks.
because the crowbar gives you advantage.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Everyone pray. If not, I'll use an inspiration. All right, ready? Spaghetti. 6! Yeah, see?
It's
can I use
real
inspiration?
I would say yes. I
Yeah,
think
I
this
was
is an appropriate
planning
time to use
anyway.
it. So roll again. Just flat.
All right. Fingers crossed.
That does it.
18.
So there's a little bit of strain as you wedge it in, and then boop, the bolt immediately crunches free of the wood, leaving a nasty scar. But you know what? You can fix that later. Drops away, and there is a loud shout from below as the Kraken Slayer, no longer hampered by the weight of trying to pull another ship, jets forward. I think as a parting blow, Koulton will do one more Cold Lightning just directly on the Killjaws.
Kills your jaws, as it were.
So,
Yes.
so that's a 21 damage. I think, yeah, he aims for the ballista cannon that was shooting the grasping rounds. How much damage did we do to that last time on the claptrap thing?
Claptrap's roll?
Yes, claptrap's ballista roll. Yeah, 16. So 16 plus 21 is
37.
okay. Thank you. Cool. The ballista that was aiming at you is badly fried. I will give Varys one last chance to redeem himself. Please make a dexterity check with the Kraken Slayer at advantage.
Yes! Yes!
Nat 20! Thank you, guys!
That's what I thought.
I'm also gonna roll
Ah,
And a
yes.
24 total.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
hell yes. Nat 20. Yes. Oh, yes.
And you
What
manage
is this?
to
Oh.
we see as you free the bolt, as Koulton brings down the lightning, as the Kraken Slayer is wrenched free from the grasping rounds, Varys manages to shake it free and just floor it, and you are sailing away as fast as you possibly can until you are over the land of Stonespur, where there is no chance of them following you.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Nicely done, guys.
Willow waves as we leave, as an aside, just in case anyone's watching from the spyglass. Twinkly little Willow wave. Even a bird flipped off. It's so much like, I didn't even think you need to see their hands. You just see their big grin.
Yeah, shining in the light of the elemental ring as it burns. They go, bing! Team Rocket blasting off again. Fuck you.
Positive this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think I want just like a little closing scene of you returning aboard the Kraken Slayer, victorious.
Well, now, that depends on something. Where is Koulton? When Willow pops up over the side of the ship, is he looking over the side?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, can he be looking over the side where I jumped, but I pop up on the other side of the ship? Like I did a
Yeah.
full walkie?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, who sees me first then?
I think Varys might see you first, or Fish Dog.
Yeah.
You want to roll for a Fish Dog?
Sure. 14, 15, 16. So Fish Dog sees me first, alerts Varys.
Varys zoops over. Koulton catches it out of the corner of his eye, turns around to see you.
Willow laughs a little as they are hoist themselves over the side of the ship to hop back onto solid ground. Their boots are a bit like... The boots are holding onto the ship.
There's a little bit of a stickiness.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a bit clumsy when they pop over the side of the ship. Like, rather than walking directly over the barricade, they've like decided to hoist themselves.
Yeah. I think Koulton sees you. Make an insight check.
That's
DC 11.
14. And this is, I think, Willow's kind of laughing breathlessly as they pop over, and they will like kind of spot him at the same time as they are spotted. What do I see?
Yeah. I think you see like a slump of relief, followed by him trying to like not look too relieved. Like obviously trying to cover up that like how relieved he is to see you again. You walk towards each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm not gonna comment on that. That's fine. I'm filled to the brim with delight about that. You know, even upside down, I would have seen the core lightning hit the ship and know the big fuck you that we just sent off to both not just Khorvaire but Lyranda wasn't even just one of them. And, you know, it's not even a bad thing in this instance. It was making for the, like, anxious brain before, but now it's actually a win because they both just witnessed us winning, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of energy that Willow's, like, exuding at the moment. I think they sort of, like, there's a brief, like, stagger on the relief moment, but they kind of, like, stride through it. What are they going to say?
I think Koulton says first and says, "Nice work."
Not so bad. Willow, I think, is going for a high five.
You know what?
It's muscle memory. I think.
Yeah,
like...
I think you meet in the middle and do a little high five.
At what point of the collision? Yeah, do we?
And I think you both need to make a wisdom saving throw about it.
Oh my god!
Well, roll.
Oh
Man!
my god.
You rolled.
They roll the dice.
Roll your
I'm
dice.
trying. My screen shut down because
roll
I
the
just saw that
goddamn
Koulton
dice.
rolled another one. Have he's rolled 3 nat 1 wisdom saves since I got here. Oh my god.
He's doing
Anyway.
all right.
I got a 13 again. That's pretty consistent.
Yeah. So you do the high five and you're like, "Yay, we're working together. We're being normal." And Koulton does the high five as like frozen for a second.
To be fair, I think if he freezes, I'm freezing. No, okay. There's the moment of pause where Willow's like, I think seeing him pause, Willow goes, "Whoa!" like internally. Like, what do you mean back to normal? No, different situation, but our hands are already together. The high five has already been enacted. I can't take it back. Willow's like suspended in this moment of like looking at their hand, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? But he just rolled a 17 charisma, so what's that?
That's him bluffing and says, "Guess I better go watch the new guy." Strides off.
He didn't want to insult me in his eye. About time you were fucking useful.
Nope. No, the nat 1 wisdom save prevents him from...
Nerfed him. No
Yeah.
quips for you.
No
Idiot.
quips. No quips.
Just
He's
walk
just
away.
like, just walk away. Just walk away. Just
Sorry,
walk away.
I'm
just
gonna
walk
go
away.
show the-
While
I'm
he's
so sorry.
while he's exploding on the inside brain from 2 back-to-back failed nat 1 wisdom saving throws of like, oh, they saw me panic and like yelp when they threatened to leave again.
Okay, not yelp.
And then I
Scream. Anyway. Yell. I'll give you the dignity of yell. Yeah? We'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Koulton mentally amending his own self-talk.
Yup. No. What am I, dog? No. Yell. I
No,
yelled.
I didn't yelp.
It was.
I didn't scream. No, I didn't scream. What a bitch.
That was
I
a,
yelled.
that was a
I shouted.
yelled.
That was
I
a
was
that was a
very
dignified
commanding.
shout.
Commanding,
Actually,
dignified. I was pretty handsome when I
That was-
told them to stop.
and they did. And through the power of my charisma, by Jove, they did. Anyway, he would not say by Jove.
Anyway.
Anyway.
And now we've done a high five, and I'm supposed to still be angry at them, and I'm out.
That's good.
You didn't see anything.
No, you know what's so funny? You know, it's nice to not be the only one in the entire campaign going, cool, hate this situation, bye. Yeah, that's nice. That's
Hey,
nice.
those only
Feels
work
like...
well together.
Nice situation you got there.
Values, you know?
I'm gonna leave it.
Thanks. Thanks for talking over me saying that. I don't want to say that. Anyway, I think Willow kind of sheepishly lowers their hand, and they will just, oh, why are you doing that, Willow? Anyway, sorry. You know when you kind of like close one hand over the other? It's like a, yeah.
The fucking Pride and Prejudice motherfucking hand thing.
No, they're not flexing the hand. They're holding it against their chest like they don't know what to do with it.
Oh, like when Luca and En call each other friends? You mean exactly
What?
like that?
The
No,
hug
that's
gesture.
different. You got, oh,
No,
wait,
is it? It's exactly the same.
Oh my God,
One
is
hand
it?
over the other, yeah.
no, I'm walking away from this as well. That's not what I meant either. Shit.
Goodbye, then.
Wait. Oh.
And as the two of you walk away from each other in this profoundly odd moment of mixed bag victory, we'll end the episode.